Peacock, the wide receiver, going to split outside to the left side. Ellis going to go under center as they shuffle the offensive line with both fullbacks in there. Ian DeMary, the tailback. Going to put the fullback in motion, give the ball to DeMary, looking, searching for the goal line. And DeMary's in for the touchdown. The FAR official gave the signal, and Ian DeMary with 2 touchdowns rushing here early on in the first quarter.
Grove City, when Ian Quinn comes in, Gabe Hildy kicks out the tackle. Hildy, he is a big, strong young man. He just washes down. The motion man, Brunette, kicks out. Fullback Hoddle leads through. Ian DeMary, hey, follow 26 and 41. That's a pretty good recipe. And it's 13-0 PAT pending.
Laying on for the extra point, 13 of 14. Lambert to snap. Ellis will do the holding. Snap and hold are good, and the extra point is up and good by Lane. 9:19 to play in this first quarter, and Grove City is blocked to punt, put it in the end zone. They forced a turnover on special teams and cashed that in with an early rushing touchdown to take a 14-0 lead. We'll take a quick break, come back with more on the Wolverine Sports Network.
My name is Bobby. I'm a veteran and lost my leg to a roadside bomb. My victory was going from a wheelchair to becoming a weightlifting champion.
I'm Sam. I'm a veteran. My victory was finding a career I can be proud of and supporting my family.
America's veterans are on their most important tour, the tour of their lives.
I'm a veteran. My victory was going from homeless to home.
At DAV, we're on a mission to help veterans get the benefits they've earned.
I'm a veteran, and my victory was finishing my education.
DAV offers veterans of all generations a lifetime of support for victories great and small.
My victory was proving that disability is not a limitation.
My victory was getting my service dog a new best friend.
We help more than 1 million veterans every year as they face and conquer their challenges.
My victory is being able to be there for my family.
When America's veterans win, we all win. Help us support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Lane gets his foot into this one, going to be fielded right at the 5. Coming out across the 10, 15, cuts back to the 20, 25, and down near the 30-yard line before being dropped, and a late flag behind the play goes flying.
Nice job on the run back. Again, another kick with excellent hang time from Brady Lane. Taryn Mitchell with the run back, but dead ball.
Personal foul, receiving team, number 35. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
So Allegheny, instead of having decent field position near the 30, is going to begin another drive back inside the 20 and around the 15. And the Gators, fumble kickoff, have a punt blocked. Defensive holding, an unsportsmanlike penalty, and a personal foul there. The Gators have been not helped their cause much here in this first 6 minutes.
So they will start deep in their own territory with the ball at their 15-yard line. Colucci has the single tailback, and Dominic Baraducci with him in the backfield, 2 to the right and 1 to the left side. Colucci going to pitch to Baraducci, working down the lane. And slicing in there to make the tackle, Ben Bladel got a piece of him, and he fell forward for about 4 yards on first down.
Mason Klaus also there on the tackle, but Allegheny go to the option there, and you do something like that can slow down what is a very aggressive defense. If you can temper that a little bit with the options, counters, draw, screen, etc., and a good gain. If you're Allegheny here, just worry about getting a few first downs, string some plays together. A lot of football left.
Colucci overlooks that Grove City defense. Turks hands the football off to Baraducci, and he's going to hammer his way forward across the 25 near the 26-yard line, and that'll be the first down of the afternoon for the Gators.
You have the league's leading rusher. Use him. Let your defense rest. This Allegheny defense has been out there quite a bit early. It's a warm day. They're wearing the Navy jerseys.
1 receiver, 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left side. Baraducci remains the tailback, the 5'9" sophomore out of Erie McDowell. 487 yards and 5 touchdowns when we started play this afternoon. Slot receiver goes in motion. They'll set up with trips now to the right side. Going to run the option. Going to pitch the ball to Baraducci. Stepped inside, 1 tackle, and then 3 Wolverines there to knock him down at about the 34-yard line. And an option wrinkle from the Gators.
Yeah, you don't see the option very much anymore. You kind of maybe see the read option. There's some RPO type of things, but just the speed option. Quarterback, do I pitch? Do I keep? And it's been effective so far. A couple of healthy gains. Allegheny now second and short. Second about 3.
Split 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. On this second down and a 3 for the Gators as we roll under 7 minutes to play here in this first quarter with a Wolverine lead of 14-0. Colucci overlooks that defense. Play clock now down under 5 seconds. A loose ball rolls back to Colucci. On the snap, he'll pick it up and try to make something of it. He's going to be tripped up and knocked down, and it's going to bring up now 3rd down and short for the Gators.
Nice job by Colucci just to get something out of it, but the center, again, the other freshman center out of Las Vegas, Nevada, Watt starting, Aiden Watt, and he sent a roller back there, and fortunate for Allegheny that it wasn't a big loss. Now 3rd and short. But again, they had positive play, and then now you put yourself in, again, 3rd and short, but hey, it's still 3rd and down. You lose your margin for error.
1 receiver to the right, 2 to the left. Slot man goes in motion. They're going to give the ball to Baraducci, and he's going to have the first down to the 39-yard line.
That time they went to the zone read where Baraducci is the read guy. There's no pitch, man. It's either give or keep. And Colucci made the decision, and the right decision, to give. That's a first down.
1st and 10 Gators from their 39-yard line. 2 receivers right and 1 receiver in a wing to the left side. Play clock now down under 15 seconds. Colucci walking up to the line, now drops back in a pistol. Play clock now down to 5 seconds. He'll take the snap, stand in the pocket, look to throw. Being pressured backside, looking downfield, throws this ball away into the Wolverine bench and incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Different wrinkle thrown by the defense that time. Ben Bladel dropped in pass coverage. Ryan Montgomery, who of course is a 2-year starter previously at free safety, he rotated back to center field. Keegan Frazier came on the safety blitz, and he came free, forcing Colucci to have to throw it away. But we've seen the Wolverines on occasion blitzing the safeties. First time we've seen Frazier blitz. A lot of times it's been more so Montgomery, but defensive coordinator Dan Vogt scheming up a different look for Allegheny, and it results in an incompletion.
2nd down and 10. Also see the freshman linebacker Nick Clemens in there as well. 5:10 to play in the opening quarter. They're going to run it on a 2nd down as the ball goes to Baraducci, and he's pulled down from behind by the senior Jack Jolly.
Jolly and Montgomery there. They went back to the read that time, and the defensive end Karcheski crashed down and ended up they run it outside. But a good job of the linebackers and the safety, Montgomery flowing over there. Yeah, Clemens coming in at defensive end, replacing Dave Cower in obvious passage or likely pass situations, which we have here on 3rd and 7. Cower, who has a couple sacks this year, more of a run stuffer in that as a 3-4 end.
So 3rd down, long 6 for the Gators. So put 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Baraducci's the tailback, with Carson Colucci, the quarterback, who drops the throw. Pressured, he's going to go down. Did not see Caleb Brubaker from the blind side come free. And Brubaker drops him for the sack. Give him now 2.5 on the year.
You give Brubaker the sack, and that time Baraducci, the running back, he went over to kind of chip and help double on Bladel. When he did that, a lane opened up wide for Brubaker to come through, and he drops Colucci. So a promising drive for Allegheny. Ends up snuffed out by the Wolverine pass rush. And the punt team out again.
Dylan Reed to punt. Bowden Davidson back deep, rush on again, and Reed gets this spiraling kick away that Bowden Davidson will back away from. And this will take a Gator roll.
Isn't that a wrestling term, a Gator roll? amateur wrestling.
I was going to say, which one are we going with for that one?
But a good roll down to the 23. And certainly, you have to think, Reed, he's a freshman. He already had one block. Is he going to be maybe a little spooked back there? No, he gets off a good kick. And Grove City, now will begin for the first time on its own side of the 50. So for the Allegheny defense, he had a chance to rest, regroup a little bit, and now it's Grove City who has a longer field. So a chance maybe for Allegheny thinking, hey, we can flip some field position here.
First and 10 for the Wolverines, and a junior quarterback, Sutton Ellis. Gives the ball to his tailback. That's Rankin who falls forward. And Rankin's going to be down to the 25-yard line. Rankin just seems to find a way to slip through the smallest of lanes to run through.
Yeah, he does. He gets skinny, and he finds just a little seam, is able to get through there. But that time, a good job by the outside linebacker, Robbie Janis, freshman out of Riverside, down in Beaver County, to make the tackle.
So two receivers go to the left, one to the right side. That is Dylan Sullivan, the junior.
Allegheny more or less now is playing a 4-4 defense.
They turn. Ellis is going to throw. Ellis is going to be hit. He's going to be sacked back near the 10-yard line as they brought the house on that blitz.
Yeah, they blitzed the outside linebacker, Ryan Croston, who lined up in the slot. He was out on the receiver, came untouched. And they brought from both sides, both he and then the strong safety who came down, Jihad Mohammed. And they had the front four coming, and then both what would essentially be outside linebackers out of that 4-4 look. And the free safety then took the slot man, and they just, they had more than Grove City could block.
Third down, 18. Wolverines need to get to about the 34-yard line for a first down. Trips to the left, single receiver right side, single back in the backfield with Ellis, who drops to throw. Time in the pocket, now he'll step up, breaks away from the rush, throws on the run, that ball's batted down and incomplete, and it brings up a 4th and 18.
And Croston, who had the sack earlier, now getting the pass deflection out on the flat, and it'll be Grove City to punt for the first time, so a good exchange for Allegheny. Got a couple of first downs, a good punt. 3 and out by the defense, and now Lane will be punting into the wind. Allegheny, great opportunity for some good field position for the Gators.
Lane averaging 36.3 yards a kick, has a season long of 60. Returner standing at midfield. Lane will punt this ball from his 1-yard line. Snap back to him, bobbles the punt, picks it up. High, spiraling, short kick that is going to take a roll to the 50. Returner picked it up on the hop there and was immediately driven back by multiple Wolverines on the special teams.
A dangerous play by Guy Sweat, but I think a necessary play, because that ball hit at the 45. It took a big hop 5 yards to midfield. It had a lot of steam on it. It was probably going to go 10, 15 yards. He ends up saving Allegheny probably, I would estimate, minimum 10 yards there, if not more. The Gators will have it at their own 47, but a good job by the coverage unit downfield, and also a good play by Geisweit. You're going to look at the stat sheet, and it says a run back of -1 yard or whatever it's going to be. It's not going to be a big run back, but it was still a smart, heady play.
Two receivers to each side of the formation for Carson Colucci. Berducci's the tailback. Colucci to throw, fires downfield. Receiver made the catch, and they got hammered by Noah Wheeler right near midfield. They'll mark him at the Grove City 49-yard line. A short pickup, bringing up second down and about 6 yards to go.
Found Nick Berkey, the junior out of Hollidaysburg, nicknamed Golden Tigers. A good golden play there by Noah Wheeler. So Noah, of course, a couple of defensive touchdown in week 1 at Cortland. Ran the kick, blocked kickback for a touchdown last week against Waynesburg University.
So they will give the ball to Berducci on second down. And Berducci able to push the pile just shy of the 45, mark him at the 46. It's going to bring up a third down and a long 2 for the Gators.
Allegheny offensive line is doing a nice job run blocking. This is not an easy defense against to run against, but Gators doing a good job. And Baraducci, much like Rankin on the Grove City side, does not need a lot of room.
Twin receivers to each side of the formation. Play clock rolling down now under 20 seconds. Colucci looks over the defense. Wolverines showing some pressure. They'll run that speed option, pitch it to Baraducci, and Baraducci is going to be close to that first down marker. And yep, they'll give him the first down and move the chains.
And he was hit. The Grove City had 2 men on the pitchman, but a good job by Baraducci. Colucci waited to the very last minute to make the pitch, but Allegheny converts on 3rd down on the final play of the first quarter.
They will let the final seconds run off the clock, and we've come to the end of the opening quarter after 1. It is Grove City 14 and Allegheny 0. You're listening to the Wolverines Sports Network.
Check your fluids and get you clean. Fast, friendly service for cars, trucks, and SUVs. Wiper blades or filters, check your tire pressure. Locally owned, nationally known.
Ken Frenchak here from the Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Fall. Leaves are changing. Why not get a jump start on the season and get the oil changed in your vehicle? We have your grade of Valvoline oil regardless of your gas or diesel engine. We stock most air filters and windshield wiper blades. So don't forget, we offer 2 automatic car washes along with 2 self-serve bays. Stop by to have your car run and look great. You can go anywhere for an oil change, but you come to us for the experience.
Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Drive in, drive out, it's that easy.
Ready to begin quarter number 2 here on the Wolverine Sports Network. We flip ends of the field. Gators will now work left to right here in this second quarter. A 1st and 10 from the Grove City 43-yard line.
You have that feel, maybe does Allegheny go play action here, try to take a shot deep, a shock play coming out of the quarter break?
Twin receivers to each side of the formation. Colucci turns, looks to the sideline. Colucci the sophomore, Baraducci the sophomore in that backfield for the Gators.
There's quite a bit of youth on this Allegheny offense. You can see why the Gators are very excited for the next couple of years.
Colucci's going to run that speed option again. He'll pitch it to Baraducci, turning the corner. That time the Wolverines did a good job using the sideline as the extra defender.
You're running it to the short side, maybe a bit of a tendency breaker. And that time Jack Jolly, you talk about a linebacker going inside out, that's exactly what he did. And then Ryan Montgomery in run support coming downhill. And turns out to be a pickup of about a yard for Baraducci.
2nd down and 9, just underway, second quarter. Colucci puts 2 receivers to the right and 2 to the left. He'll drop back to throw. Bladel working his way across the backfield, and Colucci's going to throw this one away and incomplete.
We mentioned on the last possession where Baraducci in pass protection went the wrong way. You know, to stand in there against Ben Bladel coming full speed, that takes some fortitude. He stonewalled him, was able to get his quarterback out of there and say for an incompletion. Yes, it's 3rd and 9, but if Baraducci doesn't stand in there against Bladel, it's probably 3rd and 15 at best. So good job by Baraducci, showing why he is a 3-down back.
So 3rd down and 9 with trips to the right for the Gators. Colucci, Baraducci in the backfield. Play clock down under 10 seconds. Colucci to throw. Has time in the pocket. Going to take a shot downfield and overshoots everyone and incomplete. The closest player, Keegan Frazier from the Wolverines. And it brings up 4th down and 9.
Yeah, he had the tight end, Will Griffin. I think he was maybe looking for him on the down and out, and Griffin just kept going right up the hash mark. And then Mitchell was kind of on an intermediate route, but he was a good 8-9 yards away, and where it landed was more or less in between the two. So 4th down and 9. Grove City keeps its base defense out there, and of course starting cornerback Bowden Davidson, who's done a lot of kick returning for Grove City as it is. He's doing the punt returning with Dominic Danino out this week.
Dylan Reed to punt the football. Snap high, back to him. He's able to grab it, get the spiraling kick away. Bowden Davidson will climb up to about the 9-yard line and make the fair catch. And that's where Grove City takes over with 14:05 to play in the half.
Grove City's winning the scoreboard, certainly 14-0, and that's what is paramount. But Allegheny's starting to win the field position. They've tilted the field, a couple of nice punts from Lane, and now this drive for Grove City starting back inside the 10. I believe it's going to be the 8 or 9. They haven't put it down. It's now on about the 9. But it's now imperative for Grove City to do what Allegheny did. Get a couple of first downs. Get the ball away from your own goal line. Wind is at Grove City's back here in the second quarter.
So 1st and 10 from the 9-yard line. Ellis going to work out of the pistol formation. Tailback couple yards behind him. Sullivan in motion. Ellis to throw, swings it out to Sullivan and made the catch. Got a block from one of his receivers, able to turn upfield. But there is a flag back at about the 13-yard line.
I think they're going to get Breck Peacock for the hold out in the open.
Out of bounds by Eliza Banks. That will be.
And none of the other officials or the chain gang saw the flag. They were moving, but it looks like the Wolverines are going to be penalized half the distance. It's going to end up being about 1st and 13. Or is it a defensive penalty?
Personal foul. Hands to the face. Defense, number 26. 15-year-old from tackle to the end of the line.
So I stand corrected. I thought that maybe Peacock had got him out there, but instead, 15 from the end of the pass. And that's a wrinkle we've not seen with a receiver motioning like that. Sullivan sliding out into the flat. So now they have to go back to the end of the play and then move forward. This ball is going to be out past the 30 to the 35. But little nugget here. Daniel Sullivan saw his mom, Stacy, before the game. And, of course, Daniel's dad, Stacy's husband, Paul, is an Allegheny grad. He was an assistant coach here in 1990 when Allegheny won the Division III national title. He, of course, is wearing the red and white, looking good in it today. But got a chance to see them. And I know it's always special for him to come back here to Meadville.
Going to put a receiver in motion. They're going to give the ball to Rankin. And Rankin going to fall forward across the 40 and down to the 41-yard line. And you see that with pretty much every Grove City back. They take that initial contact and always falling forward for extra yards.
A lot of times when you hear spin move, whether you watch highlights or play in the video game, you hit the X or the triangle, wherever button does that. But that time, the spin in between the tackles, and by spinning, able to kind of avoid, doesn't allow the tackler to get really a great grasp on him. And instead of being a 2-yard gain, he gets 4 out of it. 2nd and 6, that's a big difference compared to 2nd and 8.
2nd and 6 from the 42. They will run the ball with Rankin to the outside, turns on the speed, and then driven back about a yard shy of the first down. And a flag comes out during the run.
Ball came out as well. Allegheny fans they'll like that. Holding on Luke Jolly, so it'll be a 10-yard mark off. And puts Grove City now in 2nd down and 16. But Wyatt Barzak getting the starting receiver today. He's a Crawford County guy. Went to Cockerton High School just down the road. And we saw him that time being the trail following Anthony Brunette. A lot of times you see Brunette and Dustin Hotto in that combo. That time Barzak. Again, and with him out there, he is a legit pass-catching threat. And, if Allegheny starts to overplay that too much, all of a sudden you can see 84 going down the field. And at 6'4", it's a big target.
2nd and 16, back at the 32-yard line. Twin receivers to each side. Ellis spins the ball as he drops the throw. Takes a shot downfield and a little too far out in front. Looking for Breck Peacock and incomplete. It brings up 3rd and 16.
You like that matchup, your leading receiver on a freshman free safety, Corey Holler, and he's a good player, but he is a freshman. But that time, looked like got up in the wind a little bit and just took off. Peacock had gotten behind him by a step, but it's incomplete now. A 3rd and long upcoming for Grove City. Wolverines are 2 of 3 on 3rd down tonight. But a key here, if nothing else, the Wolverines, they've got the first down, that penalty, ball outside, out past the 30 now, helping mitigate what was poor field position.
Twins each side of the formation. Rankin is the tailback. Play clock down under 5 seconds. Ellis drops to throw. Has time in the pocket. Fires underneath and through the hands of McGroarty, but a flag thrown behind the play.
That flag from about 30 yards downfield. And people are yelling uncatchable. I don't know if uncatchable will necessarily factor into this. Was there a grab of some sort, perhaps? If it's a defensive holding, doesn't matter.
There's no foul for defensive pass interference.
And officials doing a good job getting together, and it is going to be fourth down for Grove City.
So,
and it didn't look like there was a whole lot there, and and again, even if there's no bump at all, it's still 10, 12 yards. Turn around and get 10, 12 yards for the first down. So nice job the officials get together, and it'll be Brady Lane to punt.
Guys White back to return. Lane 34 yards on his first kick. Snap back to him. Gets away a high end over end kick. Guys White drifts back all the way near the 20 and signals for a fair catch. Big kick by Lane to flip the field position.
Yeah, you can see, again, the flag's not moving a ton, but up at that higher level, and that ball got up and just took off in the jet stream. And it's going to be Allegheny taking over it now at the 20. And this game, again, Grove City, the fast start, getting the 2 touchdowns early, thanks to the fumbled kickoff and the blocked punt. But now this is kind of really evolved into a classic field position type of game. If you were just watching and missed the first few minutes, you'd think, well, this is no score. This is the only thing you're missing is the mud and the rain, this type of game. But both teams playing conservatively and willing to let their punters do their job.
Colucci to throw on first down. Pass caught. Loose ball on the turf. Picked up by the Wolverines. And they're going to say that the receiver was down to Devin Larry, making his 31st catch of the season.
Not sure about that. Perhaps the shin was down, but he was on top of Noah Wheeler. Again, it could have been a case where if the shin is down, that counts as down, or if an elbow hits, but it was close. A nice catch by Larry, and it's about 8.5, close to 9 on that carry, or that catch, excuse me.
Second and short for the Gators. 2 to the left, 1 to the right side. Play clock at under 20 seconds for Carson Colucci, who play fakes. Pressured from the backside, he'll throw this one away, and incomplete. Ben Bladel back in the backfield, wreaking havoc again.
Yeah, he was matched up one-on-one with Baraducci, who stood in there, slowed him down enough so that the incompletion is 3rd and short. And when sometimes you hear about a good block, you think of putting somebody on their back or whatever, or driving them out of bounds. That was a good block by Baraducci. It was a good block because he kept his quarterback upright and kept his team in 3rd and short.
So it brings up 3rd down and 1 for this Gator offense. Colucci overlooks the defense. Now we've got a flag.
And they'll get Kaminsky again, the right guard. We could actually hear Ben Bladel pointing at him, said he moved. And he flinched a little bit, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 6. You look on the sheet, it's 5 yards. That's not a big deal, but 3rd and 1 to 3rd and 6 is a big deal. Not that Allegheny won't run here, but really reduces the chance of Allegheny putting the ball in Baraducci's hands.
6th penalty on the Gators for 58 yards. Colucci overlooking the defense. Play clock at 10 seconds. He'll take a 2-step drop to throw. Being pressured up the middle, and he's going to be dropped in the backfield for a loss and bring up 4th down.
Jordan Karcheski, what a career Jordan has had. What a job he's doing leading a relatively young defensive end. When you play defensive end in a 3-man line, you're not going to rack up a lot of stats. You're not going to get a lot of glory. So you like seeing the big guy get rewarded there, getting a sack. And now Allegheny goes 3 and out, and it will be the Gators' Reed punting into the wind.
The senior from Central Valley now with a 1.5 sacks on his senior season. Reed standing inside his 10-yard line. Rush on, gets this kick away. Spiraling kick. Bowden Davidson will run up on it. Call for the fair catch. And Grove City will have good field position to start this drive with 11:05 to play.
Kind of the pendulum swinging back and forth for a while. it was Grove City facing the long field. Then Allegheny now back this way. Grove City taking over at the 47. Defense doing a good job getting off the field. How critical is that 3rd and 1 false start? Then it put Allegheny in a 3rd and 6, having to pass, and Karcheski the sack.
So 1st and 10 for the Wolverines from their 47-yard line, right to left here in this second quarter.
Grove City right near midfield. This is where you may look to take a shot.
2 to the right, 1 to the left side. Ellis spins the ball in his hand, turns it over, fires downfield. That's Daniel Sullivan with a good first down catch, setting up a 2nd and short and kind of opening up the playbook.
Yeah, you don't want to get, again, you don't want to be predictable, run first down, run second down, and if Allegheny's going to give that, take it. And Daniel Sullivan's 2nd catch of the afternoon. We're under 11 minutes to go in the first half.
So it brings up a 2nd down and close to 3 to go for the Wolverines. Going to check with the sidelines. Now turn back towards the field. Ian Demiri, the tailback for the Wolverines. He's carried it 4 times for 16 yards and a pair of touchdowns. Ellis takes the snap, gives the ball to Demiri, bouncing it to the outside, has the first down as he turns the corner and is driven out of bounds into the Wolverine bench, and that'll be another Grove City first down.
Those 2 fullbacks again, Brunette and Hotto out there. Luke Jolly at right tackle, the veteran there. Of course, the Wolverines have changed at center this week. Zeke Swift taking over for the injured Bobby Benton, and best thing about a center is when you don't notice them. And Swift doing a nice job anchoring that line. Big, strong young man out of Washington, Pennsylvania, Bishop Canavan High School. And he, in that offensive line, cleared the way for a first down to the 41.
We put 2 receivers to the right and 2 to the left. Seth McGroarty checking in as the 4th wide receiver for the Wolverines. Play clock under 10 seconds. Ellis to throw. Time in the pocket. Floats one down to McGroarty, who makes the catch and spins his way down near the 25-yard line. The junior out of Middletown of Delaware, and Red Lion Christian has his first catch of the afternoon.
Yeah, Seth McGroarty, of course, started a couple games. Then when Sam Penna came back, adjusting the personnel, but now McGroarty getting the start today. And when they go to the 4-receiver set, he's out there and making a big grab there. But when Grove City goes to this 4-receiver set, now it's kind of making Allegheny sort of declare what it's doing defensively. And pretty much they're manning up on everybody and having the safety over the top.
They'll empty the backfield. Ellis alone as Rankin splits out to the right side with 3 to the right and 1 to the left. Ellis to throw it, fires underneath, pass caught inside, breaking tackle, spinning its way inside the 5-yard line is Daniel Sullivan with another big catch and run.
Sullivan, just a quick slant, and Sutton Ellis put it right in his buddy Daniel's chest. 1st and goal at the 4. We've seen a lot of different formations for the Wolverines. I love this X and O stuff, moving Rankin out there. Then you have like 4 receivers plus an up back, some wrinkles, and by doing that, it's making Allegheny be a little bit more predictable defensively in terms of coverages, and also they can't stack the line against the run when you have to defend 4 guys on the perimeter.
Ellis going to work out of the pistol formation. Gives the ball to Ian Demiri. Bouncing it to the outside. Driving the feet, and Demiri is going to be stopped short as the helmet goes flying at the end of the play. It's going to be 2nd and goal for the Wolverines.
And it was a Wolverine helmet. It was Ian Demiri, so he will be a spectator for this 2nd down and goal play. So he's going to have to wait for the possible hat trick.
So this brings in Chase Rankin, the junior tailback out of Coventry Township, Ohio, Coventry High School. Ellis going to go under center. He's going to try and follow that big offensive line, driving for the goal line. No indication just yet. And a flag comes out at the end of this play.
Don't know if we have a touchdown, but we do have the flag down. Sutton Ellis he's fired up about something. Sutton's one of those guys. See, that fire burns. It burns inside. He's pretty docile on the outside, but doesn't emote a lot. We're gonna see what we have.
Results of the play is a touchdown. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, Defense number 29. The penalty will be enforced on the ensuing kickoff, and that is number 29's first unsportsmanlike force disqualification.
So they get that call on Banks, another player out of Las Vegas, Nevada. And for Ellis, that is his second rushing touchdown of the season. Lane on for the extra point, 14 of 15 on the season. So it'll be Derek Lambert, the senior out of Garden Spot High School, to snap it. Ellis will do the holding for Brady Lane. Snap and hold are good, and Lane's extra point is up, and it is good as well. 7:39 to play in the half. It is Grove City 21, Allegheny 0 on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Founded in 1955, the President's Athletic Conference is regarded as one of the elite NCAA Division III conferences in the nation. Comprised of 12 private institutions and one associate member, the PAC thrives in athletics and academics. Now sponsoring 24 varsity sports, the PAC remains unique in this day of high-pressure college athletics, with academics at the core of every program. With over 300 academic All-Americans and over 1,400 academic honor roll recipients with a 3.6 GPA or higher in the past year alone. Our student athletes excel in athletics as well as the classroom. Want to learn more? Visit us at pacathletics.org or follow us on social media.
Wolverines now with a 3-touchdown lead thanks to the 1-yard touchdown run by Sutton Ellis, his second of the season. Ellis, of course, scored that memorable touchdown against Cortland back in week 1. So Lane will get ready to kick the football away. Drives this one end over end and deep, and that is way out of the back of the end zone for another touchback.
That one hit the steeplechase pit and ended up in the lacrosse goal outside of lane 8. In Canada, he'd get a point for that. But here just gives us something to talk about.
He might deserve a point for that.
I think he should get a point. Put a point up for that one. If you hit the steeplechase pit and put it in the lacrosse goal, you should get some commendation at least. Maybe we'll put in his PAC Player of the Week nomination of some sort. I don't know if...
kicked out of stadium.
Yes, kicked out of stadium. Travis Larner doing the stats. He does a great job here. Maybe you can note that in the stats down there.
So 1st and 10 for the Gators from their 25-yard line.
Poor sap on the ball. Gang has to go get it.
Pass outside, a juggling catch made by Geiswhite, the senior out of Corpus Christi, Texas. To gain of 4, it is 2nd down and 6 for the Gators as we approach 7 minutes to play here in the first half of action. Split backs in the backfield now with Carson Colucci, the sophomore quarterback.
And they have, is that Mitchell lined up to the right of the quarterback? Looks like it is with Baraducci. So Mitchell's been out there offensively a lot, but more as a receiver, so a different wrinkle here. Mitchell, they want to get the ball in his hands however possible.
Play clock rolling down to 2 seconds. Run that speed option, pitch it to the outside. And that's going to be good enough for a Gator first down on the run by Mitchell.
Nice play design. Baraducci motioned out to the wide side of the field, and then they run the option back to the short side with Mitchell. Karcheski, the end man, he had the quarterback. Pitch man was blocked on the outside. And good play design by Allegheny. They've had some success with that speed option. Not something you see a lot of these days. But the Gators, whether it's been Baraducci or now Mitchell on the receiving ends of those, it's been effective. And again, with 6+ minutes to go in the half, if you're Allegheny, get some first downs. Try to get something here before halftime.
Galucci overlooking the Wolverine defense. Takes the snap, turns the ball over, goes downfield. That pass is high and incomplete. Right at the first down marker.
That time, Keegan Frazier coming on another blitz. In the Wolverine defense, often the safety positions can be interchangeable. Ryan Montgomery went back to free safety. Frazier coming down, and he actually was walking the left tackle back into the Back into the pocket, Andre Barnes, the senior tackle, 270. But Frazier had a head of steam and drove him back, and it affected the throw. You don't often think about the free safety doing that to a tackle, but that's exactly what happened.
2nd and 10 from the 36. They are going to run the ball with Baraducci. And Baraducci driving down near the 45-yard line. He's going to be about a yard and a half shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd and a little more than 1.
Good patient run from Baraducci. He's not a big target. Again, he is very solid. He is a rock-solid young man, but he's not a real big target. And able to get him just between his linemen, and next thing you know, he has 9 yards. You can see why he's leading the league in rushing.
Baraducci, 43 yards, averaging close to 5 yards a carry.
You average 5 yards a carry at the collegiate level, you're having a good day.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right side. Colucci takes the snap, fakes it to Baraducci. He keeps it and then gets hemmed under right near the line of scrimmage. I'm going to say he fell forward just enough to pick up the first down.
Yeah, it's a favorable spot. I mean, I'm not sure that they gave him the 46. I don't know if he ever really got there. It looked like he had some room, then he just ended up going down, but the Gators do convert on 3rd down, and new set of downs at the 46.
Gators 3 of 6 converting 3rd downs. Split backs now on the backfield with Colucci. They bring Mitchell back into the backfield. Under 4.5 minutes to play here in the first half, a 21-0 lead for Grove City over Allegheny. Going to empty the backfield, going to run the option. This time Colucci will keep it, and able to work his way forward, and a flag comes in at the end of the play.
And they're going to get Caleb Brubaker with an extra shot at the end of the play. The lineman, he went down somewhat easily.
Defense, number 16.
But you can't do that. And the officials, and they've been calling things of that sort very tightly today. Allegheny's had a couple. Now Grove City, tagged with a 15-yarder there, and the short gain, but you add 15 on the ball now in Grove City territory at the 36.
4:10 to play here in the first half. 1st and 10 for the Gators, who have 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right side, and Chris Geiswhite, the senior. Colucci and Baraducci in the backfield, play clock at 5. Going to toss the ball to Baraducci, trying to get wide, and he has stood up and pulled back as he gets down to about the 32-yard line.
Montgomery had the initial crack at him. Baraducci eluded him, but it did slow him down to let the rest of the cavalry get there. Still, Baraducci gets 4. Much like we said with DeMary and Rankin on the Grove City side, these backs, they always manage to get that extra yard or 2, and Baraducci, he's that same vein, and now he'll check out for the 2nd down play.
2nd down and 6 for the Gators. Clock rolling down towards 3 minutes to go here in the first half. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right side. They've got a wing to the left side. Wolverines showing some pressure. They'll run it right up the middle and get down near the 30-yard line. Philip Sampson Jr., the freshman out of Bishop Gorman and Las Vegas, gets his first carry.
Yep. Baraducci, of course, he's done the bulk of the ball carried. He and then Colucci this year, so a rare carry for the number 2 running back.
Play clock rolling down, approaching 10 seconds. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right side on 3rd down. Colucci going to run the option, pitch it to Baraducci, who tried to dive forward close to the marker. He's going to be about a yard and a half shy, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
And Allegheny's going to have the 2-minute timeout to think about its 4th and short play call.
So we have come to the 2-minute timeout here from Frank B. Furrier Field in Meadville. It is Grove City 21 and Allegheny 0 on the Wolverine Sports Network.
When is the best time to talk to your family about staying in touch during a disaster. When floodwaters reach your door, when wildfires are engulfing the edge of your neighborhood, or an earthquake is destroying buildings. When a tornado is tearing through town, or a hurricane strikes. Or is the best time perhaps today? During a disaster, you may not be able to stay in touch with your family or friends as easily as you think. And it's not always as simple as using your cell phone. That's why now is the time to take action. Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Off the 2-minute timeout. The Gators facing a 4th and 1.
That's about 1 3/4. They were going to bring in the extra tight end, but then after the timeout, the 2-minute stoppage, they go back to their base personnel.
2 receivers to the left. They got another receiver to the right side, close to the line of scrimmage with Colucci and Baraducci in the backfield. Colucci takes the low snap, gives it to Baraducci, who flipped it back to Mitchell. And Mitchell's going to have the first down by about a yard that will keep this drive going for the Gators.
Yeah, they ran a reverse, but Mitchell lined up as a wing, got to Baraducci, and he flipped it back around, and Mitchell hit by Brubaker, but not before he gets to 25, and Allegheny converts on 4th and short.
So 1st and 10 for the Gators from the Grove City 25-yard line. Going to put 2 receivers to the right, now 1 to the left side. Colucci walking up to the line of scrimmage, now drops back into a pistol at the 30. Takes the snap, looks to throw. Fires downfield, pass caught, turns away from the defender, and going to go out of bounds near the 10-yard line is Devin Larry with another reception.
A couple times that Larry has made the nice move to spin to the outside and pick up additional yardage. Allegheny getting another first down to the 12. Gators have all 3 timeouts remaining. Grove City with 3 timeouts as well.
1:17 to play here in the half. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right side.
And you wouldn't know looking at the scoreboard. Allegheny's outgained Grove City today, 95-94. Granted, neither one of those totals is, a ball of fire, but the Gators have outgained Grove City. Some short fields certainly affecting that.
Snap rolls back to Colucci, who picks it up, pitches it to Baraducci. And 2 Wolverine defenders there to make the stop, and then 3 flags come flying.
Keegan Frazier ended up holding the helmet of Baraducci, and that was not a surprise to see flags coming out. And provided that it is a face mask penalty, Baraducci does not have to come out.
Conferring with the Allegheny sidelines before the penalty call.
Personal foul. Face mask, defense. There has to be the ball on that.
So it was a personal foul on the defense. They also got we didn't ask for more cowbell, but we got it there. But now 1st and goal for Allegheny. Again with the 3-time, actually it's a first down and about 4. No, the stick should be down. Yeah, it should be. It's a 1st and goal.
Yeah, 1st and goal from the 7.
High school that would be the case, but not collegiate.
Give the ball to Baraducci, now flips it upfield, and that is caught for a touchdown pass by Will Griffin, the tight end.
He just slid out of the flat, play action. Very basic concept. Tight end fakes the block down, goes outside, makes the catch, and Allegheny on the board. An impressive drive, 13 plays, 75 yards, a drive that used nearly 7 minutes, 6:55 to be precise, and Allegheny getting on the board before halftime. Exactly what the Gators needed.
So this will bring Olson on to attempt the extra point, 14 of 15 on the season. Larry's going to hold. The rushes on, and the extra point is no good. So Olson has missed his second extra point of the season now, 14 for 16.
Yeah, just the whole operation looked a bit off kilter there. And then the kick, he kind of hit it fat, and it went wide right. It was 21-6 with 45 seconds to go in the half. And as we said, Grove City with the 3 timeouts. Grove City will have the wind at its back, so this kickoff is going to go into the wind. Chance here, if you can get a good return, say, get the ball past the 30-35. Maybe you try at least get into field goal range before halftime. 45 seconds to go, but 3 timeouts, you have a lot of time.
So Allegheny cutting the Grove City lead to 21-6 with about 45 seconds to go here in the half. This is the only game remaining in the conference that is underway. Everything else has gone final.
Yeah, we're the AFC West game today. Of course, we grew up AFC Central fans in our youth, different teams, but whatever 4 o'clock game we'd get on Channel 11 or 21. But yeah, we'll catch everybody up on all the finals at the half.
Just your team did a lot more winning than mine.
Not in the 80s.
That's true. That's very true.
I still remember your Cleveland Browns ruining my 10th birthday, 51-0 over the Steelers.
So the Wolverines to get the football back. End over end kick. Running up on it. Across the 25. Going to be down near the 27, 28-yard line. Flags flying. A helmet got taken off. And that will stop it with 38 seconds to go in the first half.
And if the penalty's on Allegheny, Grove City's going to have the ball out near midfield. Cam Epps on the run back, and he's the one who lost his headgear. The officials have been busy in this first half. A dozen flags already, and this is going to be number 13.
Personal foul, face mask, kicking team, number 11, 15-yard penalty, first down.
So the ball's going to go out to the 44. 38 seconds to go. Grove City 3 timeouts, wind at its back, and a good kicker. Chance for Grove City to recapture a little bit of that momentum here before the half.
They get that penalty on Will Griffin, who scored the touchdown for the Gators. Now committing the penalty on special teams. Ellis has just thrown it 7 times, completing 4 of them here in the first half. Grove City looked like they came in with a game plan of running the football this afternoon. 1 receiver to the right, 3 to the left. Rankins, the tailback, with Sutton Ellis. Ellis, quarterback power, read well, but he breaks a tackle and gets across midfield and gets across the 45 to the 46-yard line.
He broke 1 tackle, but then Jihad Muhammad lowered the boom on him. And Grove City will take a timeout here with 31 seconds to go in the half.
And we will step aside for a break and be back with the final 31 seconds of the half on the Wolverines Sports Network.
Ken Frenchak here from the Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. It's that time of year again. Buy one, get one free windshield wiper sale. You heard correct. BOGO windshield wiper sale with any of our Valvoline full-service oil change through the end of the year. So get ready for old man winter today before he arrives. BOGO windshield wiper sale through December 31st. You can go anywhere for an oil change, but you come to us for the experience.
Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Drive in, drive out. It's that easy.
Wolverines using their timeout. Enjoy the music for a few seconds as we come back with 30.8 seconds to go here in the half. Wolverines have a pair of timeouts. The Gators a pair of timeouts as well. Ellis will have Rankin with him in the backfield. Play clock under 15 seconds. He'll drop to throw. Steps into it. Has a receiver open. That's McGroarty who made the catch. First down. Got out of bounds. Stopped the clock. with 24.8 to go, and that'll be Seth's second catch of the afternoon.
Made the catch, got the first down, got out of bounds. 3 for 3. Seth McGroarty, nice job. Ellis put it up high. McGroarty, he's listed at 6'1", 170. He looks a lot bigger than that. And he certainly plays a lot bigger than that.
So 1st and 10, Grove City from the Allegheny 42-yard line. Trips right, single receiver, that's McGroarty to the left. Ellis drops to throw, gonna fire right side and overshoots Sullivan and incomplete.
You see that one just took off in the wind again. The wind, you say, but being at Grove City's back, but has a little bit of a cross element. You know, if you think about looking at a football field, it's going from the near right corner to the far left corner. A bit of it has an angle to it. It's a bit diagonal, and that pass was at that same angle, and you can just see it take off.
Now Twins to each side of the formation. Rankin remains the tailback on 2nd down and 10, 20.3 to play in the half. Ellis giving signals to his receivers. Blitz picked up well. He steps up into the pocket, will run with the football, and he's going to get down just shy of the 40-yard line, and Grove City will use their second timeout.
Yeah, he was flushed. Colton Colucci, the linebacker, the older brother of the quarterback, he came on a blitz. Ellis steps up and gets a 37. If he had a tearaway jersey like back in the 1970s, he might have had a few more yards as the defender grabbed a hold of the shirt tail to slow him down. Gets to the 37. Grove City takes its second timeout with 13 seconds to go. It's going to be 3rd down and about 5. If you're thinking field goal, from here it's 55. Probably it would be the outer fringe. You might take a shot in this case, end of the half, up. But if nothing else, the Wolverines would love to maybe get 4 or 5 more yards. And then, of course, you get 4 or 5 more, you guess you get the good first down. But with time now at 13 seconds, so a lot to evaluate here.
Lane 3 for 4 in field goal attempts with a long of 44 on the season.
Yeah, and the wind would be, the wind would be an aid to him. Other than that, it's sunny, it's warm, so in warm air, the ball is going to go a little bit further also. The times on October 18th where it's been like kicking a rock for kickers and punters. Not today.
Trips to the right, Twins to the left. That's Barzak in the slot to the right side.
5 wide receivers for Grove City, 5 actual receivers.
Ellis pulls the ball down, rolls to the outside, throws on the run, and that's behind his intended target, Daniel Sullivan, with 8 seconds to go, and it's 4th down. And there's a flag at the 40-yard line.
And so decline the penalty, and now becomes 4th and 5. That's a tough call. Do you want 3rd and 15, or 4th and 5? 8 seconds to go in the half. And the offense is going to stay out there.
They will bring in the receiver, Sam Penna, the junior out of Richland High School.
Or now are they going to accept the penalty? Yeah, so now 3rd and 15. And the matter at hand, too, 8 seconds to go in the half. Grove City does have a timeout, so player catches it, go down in the middle of the field, give yourself up, call the timeout.
Twins to the right and left. Rankin the tailback with Sutton Ellis, the junior quarterback. And about 3 Grove City receivers took off before the snap of the football.
Yeah, the receivers all took off. None of the linemen moved. That was it's a penalty, and it's one of the more unusual things you'll see. Sometimes you'll see one guy move, or everybody moves and the center doesn't snap it. In that case, all 4 receivers took off up the field. The other 7 guys were stationary.
The ball back to the Grove City 48-yard line. Need to get to the 33 of Allegheny for a first down. Ellis drops to throw. Pressure as he steps up in the pocket, rolls away, and he's going to get sacked back at the 40-yard line. That's the second sack of this first half for the Gators.
Hurry up, police!
So the Gators will get the football back with 1.3 seconds to go in the half.
No, this is fourth down now.
Okay, that's true.
The clock was erroneously stopped on that play when it should not have been. Therefore, the clock would have ran down and the half is over.
Okay. So,
yes, yeah, so that was 3rd and 20 because the holding penalty was accepted. Then the false start, it was 3rd and 20. The sack, it would have been 4th down and whatever, 27 or 28. Now, if you're Allegheny, you're saying, well, hey, we could have taken a timeout and make them snap it again, but with just the 1 second, Grove City snaps it. Watch the clock run out and take a knee. But if it had been a case of, say, 4 or 5 seconds, maybe it's a different deal. But all in all, an interesting first half, a lot to unpack. Grove City getting the 2 touchdowns early because of special teams, and right now leading by a 2-touchdown margin, 21-6.
We will wind the halftime clock at 21-6 Grove City. We will take our first halftime break. We'll come back with more here from Frank B. Furrier Field in Meadville on the Wolverine Sports Network.
I'm Sally, a volunteer at United Way. I'm asking people around the neighborhood what they think this place needs. Excuse me, hi. What do you think this place needs?
I'd like to see more parking.
More playgrounds.
Free movies.
Oh, that's easy. Better restaurants.
And you, what do you think this place needs?
This place? Oh, more ice cream trucks.
Okay. How about you?
Wi-Fi everywhere?
I was thinking more money in the pockets of local families come tax time.
Can I change my answer?
I was just kidding about the ice cream.
Oh, that's way better.
Now that you mention it.
When it comes to getting better tax refunds into the hands of local families, what this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org. Because great things happen when we live united. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
This is the news. This morning, we are saluting the 2.2 million women who have joined in the war effort. They now make up 37% of the workforce, changing their role forever.
The prestigious Harvard Medical School is breaking ground today, opening its doors to new female applicants.
Today, little girls all over the world look to the sky, where the first woman is now in space.
Military stereotypes are challenged today with the trailblazing promotion of a U.S. female officer to 4-star general. It was just announced that the vast majority of last year's doctorate degrees were earned by women.
We've come so far, but our news is changing for the worse. More women die from heart disease and stroke than men, even though it can be prevented. Make a change at GoRedForWomen.org today. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women.
Chris, can you put the video game controller down for a second?
I can talk and play. Oh, I'm totally annihilating this punk kid in Nebraska.
I just feel like you're not acting like a grown-up in our relationship.
Am too.
Well, you still ride your skateboard to work, there's the comic book collection, the race car bed.
Look, I'm young at heart, but I put money into my 401k every paycheck. I picked up a few savings tips at feedthepig.org. I have control over my financial life now, and that feels pretty grown up.
Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. For free ideas and easy tips on ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
So, I bet I look like a grown-up to you now.
Well, except for the footy pajamas, I'd have to agree.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Halftime here on the Wolverine Sports Network. Grove City with a 21-6 lead here at Allegheny against the Gators. And it was Grove City taking advantage of a couple of turnovers scoring first on a 7-play drive that took 41 yards in 4:30 off the clock, capped off by Ian Demiry's touchdown run. Brady Lane's extra point gave Grove City the early 7-0 lead. Wolverines again take advantage of a turnover. Demiry scores from 2 yards out on a 1-play, 2-yard drive that took just 4 seconds off the clock to take the early 14-0 lead. Then it would be Sutton Ellis capping off a 6-play, 53-yard drive that took 3:26 off the clock. Ellis' second rushing touchdown of the year. Lane's extra point made it 21-0 in favor of the Wolverines. And then Carson Colucci hit Will Griffin from 5 yards out. Olsen's extra point was no good. That was a 13-play drive for the Gators that took 75 yards and 6:54 off the game clock.
Yeah, and a very impressive drive by Allegheny here at home in Meadville, and a necessary drive because Grove City had obviously up 21-0. Allegheny needing an answer, and the Gators getting it. There was a good mix of the run and pass. And Grove City defensively, at times, has been out of sorts a little bit. Again, you look at the numbers. Well, Allegheny 103 yards on 33 plays, so 3.1 yards a play. But 10 first downs and allowing a couple third down conversions, a fourth down conversion. Just the option giving them troubles, and just on the whole, the stats and the eye test really don't match up. It feels like Allegheny's had more success offensively than is indicated by that. And again, Grove City 110 yards in the first half. You get a couple of very short fields, that helps. But all in all, Grove City up 21-6. But I have to think that it's not rainbows and unicorns in the Grove City locker room. 7 penalties, 70 yards. Allegheny 8 flags for 87 yards. It's neither team, neither coaching staff is particularly happy with this first 30 minutes of football, I don't believe.
Right. It has been, Grove City has taken advantage of the field position that was given to them on those first couple of possessions. But after that, it almost seems like, the numbers sway one way, but it almost feels like it's kind of down the middle a little bit.
Yeah, again, Grove City scoring the two quick ones early. Fumbled kickoff. Wolverines get it for a touchdown at the 41-yard drive. Block a punt, return it to the 2, score right after that. 14-0 out of the chute. But as you said, it has been even since then. Now, those points still count. But in terms of just the gameplay, Allegheny's done a nice job offensively. Some good play design. Baraducci has run hard. And Grove City, again, too. Allegheny's controlled time of possession, 17:40 to 12:20. Early on, yes, you get a 2-yard touchdown drive. You're not going to have the ball very long. But on the whole, Allegheny's been able to have some success moving the ball. Baraducci, 52 yards on a dozen carries. Again, Grove City has the lead. Grove City's going to get the ball to start the third quarter, but it's been it's been a rather rough first half. Again, hey, you're up 15 on the road in the conference play. That's never a bad thing. But just the penalties and things of that sort, to get cleaned up in this second half for the Wolverines.
When you look at the team numbers, Grove City with only 35 yards rushing, averaging 2.1 per carry on the first half, when it seemed like that was going to be the plan to run the football early and often today.
Yeah, and I think Grove City coming out here, Demary 6 carries, Rankin 6 carries, to get the get that ground game going. Kind of be able to go right at this undersized Allegheny defense. So Allegheny's done a good job, holding Grove City to 35 rushing yards on 17 carries. A couple sacks factored in there, but even without those, the Wolverines have not been picking up a ton of yardage. And Allegheny's just they're putting the corners on islands, saying take care of them. We're going to use the other 8 to take care of the run, and they've been able to do that. Early on, Grove City had some success with the extra lineman package. Maybe they go back to that. They've also used some, 4 receiver elements, trying to get Allegheny. Essentially, they want to get Allegheny out of its base defensive alignment. And you can go either way. The Wolverines have tried it. We'll see what they do here in the second half.
And the Wolverine leading receiver on the season, Breck Peacock, he's been contained so far in this first half.
I believe just the one target on a pass that kind of sailed over his head with the wind. So this is give Allegheny credit. They've done a lot of good things defensively. Grove City has not really looked real comfortable after the early part of the game on offense, and I think a lot of it has to do with the guys wearing the Navy jerseys.
They have definitely played well defensively so far here in this one at home for Allegheny.
We're going to go, Mark, do we want to go to the scoreboard now, or do we want to take a break? What would you like, Mark? You're in charge.
Let's take a break.
Okay, we will take a break when we come back. Mark has the PAC football scoreboard. We'll also catch you up on Wolverines sports. Pretty good day for the Wolverines across the board. We'll talk about that all after this 1-minute timeout on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Founded in 1955, the President's Athletic Conference is regarded as one of the elite NCAA Division III conferences in the nation. Comprised of 12 private institutions and 1 associate member, the PAC thrives in athletics and academics. Now sponsoring 24 varsity sports, the PAC remains unique in this day of high-pressure college athletics, with academics at the core of every program. With over 300 academic All-Americans and over 1,400 academic honor roll recipients with a 3.6 GPA or higher in the past year alone. Our student athletes excel in athletics as well as the classroom. Want to learn more? Visit us at pacathletics.org or follow us on social media.
And we welcome you back to Meadville as Grove City and Allegheny are at the half with the Wolverines on top of this one at 21-6. All other action across the PAC has already gone final today. Washington and Jefferson remains the lone unbeaten in conference play as they down St. Vincent today 56-10. Geneva puts up 62 as they defeat Waynesburg 62-20. Westminster, they get the win in Greenville against Teal 48-6. And Hiram gets another win in conference play as they defeat Bethany 42-21.
Now, Hiram 3 wins now. Head coach Xavier Dupree doing a very nice job in his first season. Of course, the Wolverines will close the regular season at Hiram on November 15th. And, no real surprise. I guess, Geneva, 62 points on Waynesburg. That was a pretty good Waynesburg defense we saw last week, but Geneva getting it going today. A Geneva offense that was held to 9 by Grove City a few weeks back. The PAC this year, it's still a lot of unknowns. I mean, we're 5-6 weeks into the season now. This is game 6 for Grove City, game 7 for Allegheny. And, some of these teams are still kind of mysteries. And I think even to an extent, Grove City, we're still learning about this team, especially on the offensive side here in game number 6. It's just kind of one of those years in the PAC. W&J still undefeated. Presidents, they still have Case Western Reserve yet on their schedule. So, again, there's a lot of football left, and it's this final month of the regular season, I think, is going to be very, very intriguing in the PAC.
Absolutely. Still a lot of key games left to be played. Grove City, of course, with Westminster next week in what is going to be a huge game in the standings.
Yeah, more or less an elimination game in the PAC race. Both teams have 1 loss. Grove City, of course, has played 1 fewer game. Wolverines halftime here in this one. If Grove City's able to win this one, then they'll be tied with Westminster 1 game back at W&J. Of course, W&J has wins over both of those teams in terms of the conference race. But you start thinking about postseason, whether it's perhaps and right now the math is a little bit of a long shot for Pool C and at-large in the NCAA playoffs, but the bowl series, whether it's ECAC Bowl or the Open Door series that the PAC has with the OAC, NCAC, and Heartland Conference. I mean, you have all these things factoring in as well for a potential 11th game for these programs. So it's there's a lot yet to be determined, a lot riding on all these games, and, of course, still a lot riding on this second half upcoming here in Meadville.
When we mentioned in Grove City got to get the ball to start the second half, and you would imagine one of the things being discussed is how they get this running game going here in the second half that has just accounted for 48 yards on the ground. through the first 2 quarters for the Wolverines that the whole way the offense seems to flow is for years now has been based on getting the running game going, and then it opens up the pass attack.
Yeah, and the run game, as you said, really hasn't gotten going. The passing game, I think, has done okay in spite of not getting the ground game going. There's been some pressure at times. Ellis has been under duress. He's been flushed a couple times. He's been sacked as well. But I think it all comes back to, can you get that ground game going? That has been, as you said, the bread and butter for the Wolverines really the last 7-8 years. And it's, get the running game going. Everything feeds off of that. Wolverines did not do it in the second or the first, really the latter quarter and a half of the first half. They need to do that here on this opening drive of the third quarter.
Get the ground game going, open up the passing attack a little bit more for the Wolverines. As we still have another full half of action for Grove City, who returns home, as we mentioned, to face Westminster on that continuing rivalry that you go back the last 5 years, and it seems like no matter where that game is played, comes down to the last quarter, the last possession, and sometimes the final seconds of those games.
It certainly does. Of course, last year, Grove City winning handily in New Wilmington in the season finale. That was the outlier. Westminster Coach Benzel and his staff, they are going to be ready. They'd love to come to Grove City and get a little measure of revenge for last year. And again, they also know the stakes in terms of staying alive in the conference race, postseason opportunity, and of course the rivalry too. I mean that means a lot to a lot of people, and that'll be next week, 1 o'clock. But first things first, everybody else in the PAC is able to sit back and watch this one. We still have 2 quarters left of football.
Yeah, 2 quarters left to play as both teams starting to make their way out to stretch and get ready for the third quarter of action.
Yeah, busy day on the Wolverine sports calendar today. The women's tennis team was down the hill here for the PAC championship match today against Allegheny, and it was Allegheny winning 4-1. Very tight match. You think 4-1, you think it's one-sided or whatever. It was not. Very tight. Grove City was actually leading a couple of singles matches when Allegheny got the 4th team point, and they call it there. But a good season for a very young team that go 9-4 in the fall. Grove City, 16 women on the roster, 8 freshmen, and just 1 senior in the starting lineup. So certainly a lot to be excited about with the women's tennis team. A lot to be excited about with the women's soccer team. 6-0 win today at Chatham to further solidify grip on first place in the PAC. Of course, Grove City still has some matches with St. Vincent and Waynesburg upcoming that will ultimately determine the top seed and seeds in the tournament. But a big win today. Tori Stevenson, not 1, not 2, 3 goals today for the Wolverines. A hat trick for the junior midfielder from Butler. Grove City winning 6-0 today. The men's soccer team also at Chatham, leading 2-0 with about 2 minutes to go in that one. Aidan Eck and Cam Thomas both with goals. The Wolverine men are also going to stay undefeated in conference play. Of course, they beat Franciscan in a first-place matchup Wednesday night 4-2. So head coach Mike Dreves and his squad are going to be 10-2-2 in about 2 minutes or so down in Pittsburgh. Women's volleyball team, nice win today, a 3-0 sweep of St. Vincent in the Grove City College Arena. Sarah Hart leading the way with 11 kills. Grove City 5-5 in the PAC. That PAC volleyball this year, you talk about anybody can win on any given night. That's the way it's shaping up. Top 4 in each division go. Grove City and Westminster both are coming into the day. We're at 4-5. It's going to be a real battle going into that last Saturday, November 8th, to see who gets in. But good win today for the volleyball team, which will be at Teal Wednesday night. The soccer teams, by the way, host St. Vincent Wednesday, 4:30 and 7 o'clock doubleheader for that one at Don Lyle Field. Cross-country teams were in action today at the Oberlin College Interregional Rumble. Men took 10th. Very strong outing for them. The women, they placed 20th. And the swimming and diving teams, they are opening the season today in a quadrangular meet up in Webster, New York, against Geneseo State, who's a national power, Brockport State, and then Penn State Barron. So that's ongoing. And, of course, you can follow athletics.gcc.edu for all the very latest. We'll have results and recaps, everything tonight. You can follow us on Instagram at @GCC_Wolverines. That's also our handle on X. So You can follow the Wolverines many different ways, no matter where you are.
Absolutely, and a busy fall for Wolverine athletics. As it seems like it's always a busy calendar week for Wolverine sports. We're going to take our final break. When we come back, we'll get the second half underway here on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest.
Uh-oh.
Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. Yikes! So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Just about ready to get this second half of action underway. Grove City with the 21-6 lead over Allegheny as we get set to begin this afternoon's third quarter. 77 degrees, overcast skies, and intermittent sunshine. Weather not supposed to be the best tomorrow, but we're not playing football tomorrow.
We are not. We will we'll rest up. We'll watch football tomorrow, but yeah, some pretty good front scheduled to move through western Pennsylvania tomorrow, late morning, early afternoon. Wolverines getting the kickoff.
High kick fielded across the 10, 15, 20. Cuts back to the 25 with blockers across the 30. And out near the 32-yard line. That's where the Wolverines begin the second half, going right to left.
Cam Epps, nice run back. And we've seen over the years with Grove City return men, you think about in the past, even last year, Noah Wheeler was doing some kick returning, so forth. They get the ball, they go north. They don't dilly-dally east-west or try to get cute, get upfield, and that's what Epps did, a run back up to the 33. So nice starting field position for Grove City to begin the first drive of the third quarter.
Ellis and the Wolverines beginning this third quarter from their 33-yard line. Going to turn, give the ball to Rankin, trying to bounce outside. Flag on the first play of the second half, and Rankin is down to the 40-yard line. He had 15 total penalties in the first half. We start the second half with our 16th.
And it's going to be a holding on Jed Feldmeyer, the left guard, working on the defensive tackle, Michael Shank, the 220-pounder out of Sarah Catholic. And the Shank earlier this year was named PAC Defensive Player of the Week. He's undersized for that position, but he is very active, and he was able to get inside on Feldmeyer and drew the penalty. And now the Wolverines backed up 10 yards. But yeah, Shank, he's undersized, but he's lightning quick, and he won't get credit for a tackle, but essentially he cost the Wolverines 10 yards with his burst.
First and a 20. They run the ball on first down to the short side of the field. And they'll work it down to about the 30-yard line. Pick up about 5 on a first down, setting up a second down, and we'll call it second down and 14.
Yeah, DeMary on the run that time. So when the first and 20, Grove City keeping it on the ground and getting a very nice gain out to the 30-yard line. So to get back most of the penalty yardage. Got 7 officially. If you get 7 on the next 2 plays, you get yourself a new set of downs.
1 receiver right, 2 to the left side. Rankin is the tailback in the backfield. Ellis looking to throw. Now steps up, trying to avoid the rush. Eyes still downfield, and he'll just unload this one into the Allegheny bench and bring up a 3rd and 13.
Good coverage downfield that time, and the Wolverines giving Ellis some time. Chase Rankin, good job in pass protection, but ultimately Ellis just had to throw it away, and Not a bad play, though. Instead of trying to be a hero and forcing something, you still have another down. See what you can do here on third down.
One receiver right, trips to the left side. Rankin the tailback with Ellis the quarterback. Now it's 3rd and 13. Play clock under 10 seconds. Ellis takes the high snap, looks to throw, fires down the field, and just a little off and errant looking for Breck Peacock, and it brings up 4th down.
Somebody ran the wrong route because Peacock and McGroarty were about arm's length from each other. I believe McGroarty was the intended receiver, but Peacock trying to make the play ended up knocking away from his teammate. And just kind of the way the body language was, I think it may have been McGroarty who was in the right spot. Either way, it's 4th down, and Allegheny gets another 3 and out. Wolverines are 2 of 7 on 3rd down. They'll have to punt it away.
This will be Lane's 3rd punt, averaging 41 yards a kick today. Gets away another deep kick that is going to be guys wide drifting back and making the fair catch at the 25-yard line.
Good kick from Lane again, and what a weapon he's been. Averaged 42 yards on his 3 kicks today, but that punt 43 yards, but just as even more important, the net of 43. And you make this Allegheny team drive the field. The Gators did that late in the end of in the first half, that 7-minute drive to get on the board, but can Allegheny repeat that?
Colucci and the Gator offense back out on the field from their 27-yard line, left to right here in the 3rd quarter. Colucci takes the snap. He'll stand in the pocket, fires the pass out, and that is an errant throw, incomplete with Montgomery there in coverage.
Tried to hit the tight end Griffin, who of course caught the touchdown. It was a similar route that he caught the touchdown on. The rest of the action on the play was different, but Ryan Montgomery right there. Even if he makes the catch, it's going to be probably no more than a gain of a yard or 2. But now Mitchell checking back in. They've used him a variety of different ways. He's going to line up in the slot, but way out on the perimeter on the near side.
Colucci overlooks the defense, takes the low snap. Now he'll give the ball to Baraducci, and Baraducci stood up right near the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd down and 9 for the Gators.
Good job at the point of attack by the nose tackle. Kellen Taylor stonewalled the center. It's a couple of freshmen going against each other. Watt, the center for Allegheny. Taylor, the freshman from Penn Trafford. That time, Taylor neutralized him, then got off the block and made the stop and putting Allegheny in 3rd and 9. Gators 3 of 8 on 3rd down, but they had a couple 3rd down conversions on that touchdown drive.
Twins to the right and left with Colucci and Baraducci in the backfield. Slot receiver goes in motion from right to left. Colucci to throw. Has time. Now being pressured. Eyes downfield, and that pass is going to carry the receiver out of bounds.
Wolverines, they brought 6. The 3 linemen, of course, then all 3 linebackers. Brubaker and Jolly both blitz along with the front 3, and then Bladel, who rushes often and forced Colucci to throw that one on the run. Of course, his momentum kind of, he's drifting right the pass. Larry got open, but he could not catch it in bounds, and Grove City forces Allegheny to punt after 3 plays.
Reed to punt for the 5th time, averaging about 27 yards per kick. Shoulder high snap back to him, gets this one away. And Bowden Davidson will back away from it. And this is going to take a Gator roll. And it's going to be touched right about the 20-yard line.
But it's going to come out to about the 34. That's where the first touch was, Mark. As downfield, on the punt team, Sampson, it hit his leg and bounced downfield. So, and of course, after he touches it, and a return man, if Grove City had somebody back there, he could have tried to advance it without penalty because there had already been a touch by the kicking team. So if he picks it up and runs it back for a touchdown, it's a touchdown. If he picks it up and fumbles, well, Grove City gets the ball where it was touched.
So 1st and 10 for the Wolverines. 12:20 to play here in this 3rd quarter. 21-6 Grove City, first possession of the 2nd half, going right to left.
Second possession.
Second, excuse me.
Well, the first one was awfully quick.
So Ellis working out of the pistol formation. Both fullbacks, gives the ball to Ian Demiri, running to the short side. And Demiri's going to lower the shoulder. And he's going to pick up about 4 yards on that first down run, setting up a 2nd and 6. So Demary and Hotto will come to the sidelines. They will bring back in Sam Penna, the junior wide receiver. So 1 receiver to the right, 2 to the left side. Now they'll empty the backfield. Put Rankin as the receiver in the trips formation to the left side with Ellis alone in the backfield. Play clock at 4 as he drops to throw. Fires across the middle. That pass is caught right near the first down marker. It will be a first down on the reception by Sam Penna.
And Grove City gets the first down. That was the formation is what got the receiver open. You get the receiver matched up on the linebacker crossed, and Rankin, the outside man, was matched up on the cornerback. So it's corner on running back, linebacker on receiver. That's a trade Grove City will take any time, and the pass completed to Peacock to the 44 for the first down. Peacock's first catch.
Under 11 minutes to play in the half. Snap it. Give the ball to Ian Demary. Hurdled a defender. Still driving the feet down to the 49-yard line. Ian Demary showing off the athleticism there to get over the defender and pick up some extra yards.
Yeah, he's mostly a power back, but he does have a little bit of niftiness to him. Of course, he had the 88-yard run last year at Westminster, so he gets out in the open, he can go. And that time getting over the defender and a nice pickup of 5 yards on first down.
So 2nd and 5 from the Grove City 49-yard line. 21-6, Grove City with the lead and the football approaching midfield. So it is Rankin at the tailback spot with Ellis on 2nd down and 5. Give the ball to Chase Rankin. Ran outside, cuts back inside, and he's going to be about a yard shy. Give him 4. It's 3rd down and less than 1.
Another just very patient run, and now all of a sudden this ground game's starting to get some traction. You know, Demary with a couple of nice runs. Rankin there, 3rd and short.
So Demary now in at the tailback spot. Wolverines will have both Burnett and Hoddle in the backfield at the fullback spot, lining up strong to the left side. Give the ball to Demary. Demary lowers the shoulder, first down and more as he's out to the 40-yard line with another Grove City first down.
Grove City brings the strong side of the line to the left side. They bring Gabe Hilty out. They have the extra lineman there unbalanced, but then run back to the weak side with Brunette and Hoddle leading around. And so the defense, of course, aligns to the strong side. They run back weak side, and Demary picks up the first down to the 40-yard line.
Under 9 minutes to play here in this 3rd quarter. Burnett, the fullback, on a wing to the right side. That's Daniel Sullivan at the wide receiver spot to the right. Penna and Peacock stacked on the hash marks to the left. Gators showing some pressure. Ellis gets rid of it quickly, and that pass is incomplete. And a flag on the play. There was some contact while the ball was in the air.
Allegheny was an all-out blitz. They brought 8. The 3 receivers, it was man coverage on the outside. Williams was on Sullivan. And if it is pass interference, that's, I think, a generous call for Grove City.
There's no foul for defensive pass interference. Good call.
So they get together, yeah, and it was such a quick play. It would have been hard really for there to be any interference. Williams, he was right there, and it's more of a case of the 2 guys and the ball all arriving at the same time. And of course, the corner, he has the same right to the ball as the receiver. But good job officiating. They threw the flag, got together, and decided. You'd rather see that than them just missing an obvious one.
2nd and 10 from the Allegheny 40-yard line. Sullivan in motion. They give the ball to Rankin. Rankin cuts up the field, and Rankin drives all the way to the 30-yard line with another on the ground first down for the Wolverines.
I think what you may be starting to see, too, is the effect. Again, Grove City didn't have the ball a lot, just 12-plus minutes in the first half, with this big offensive line, and then Brunette and Hoddle and DeMary and Rankin, they are physical running backs. You know, the Allegheny defense has performed well today, but it is an undersized group. And over the course of 2.5 quarters, you know, you have somebody that's 60 pounds heavier than you pounding on you play after play after play. It takes a toll.
1st and 10 from the Allegheny 30-yard line. Ellis overlooks the defense, gives the ball to Rankin again. And Chase Rankin going to get pushed upfield for about 5 yards, bringing up 2nd down and 5 from the 25. It's been a fast-moving third quarter with both teams, for the most part, keeping the ball on the ground.
And not the cavalcade of flags that we had in the first half either.
Second and 6 from the 26. Rankin again remains the tailback. He'll get the football. Chase Rankin straight ahead down to the 20-yard line with another Grove City first down.
Wyatt Barzak, the key block, getting out there, kicking out the linebacker Ryan Croston, got in his way, created a lane for Rankin, and Rankin converts or gets the first down to the 20-yard line. Wolverines on the edge of the red zone, and now they bring in Ian Quinn as the 6th offensive lineman, the junior out of Burrell. First career start for him today. He came in, Grove City starting with 6 linemen, and Ian Quinn has settled in nicely into that role as the extra lineman. He'll be at left guard with Wolverines moving guys around. Feldmeyer and Hilty both on the right side.
1st and 10 from the 20. Give the ball to Rankin. Hole opens up on the right side. And Chase Rankin will have 9 yards on a first down. And this Grove City running game starting to take effect here in the third.
Hilty lining up in what would be tight end. Feldmeyer at right tackle. They washed down. Anthony Brunette came around, just buried Croston. He took him down like a 10-pin. And a lane for Rankin down inside the 15, gain of 8 to the 12.
2nd down and 2 from the 12. Under 6 minutes to play, third quarter. Rankin remains the tailback. He's going to get the handoff. Rankin lowers the shoulders inside the 5 and into the end zone for the touchdown. Chase Rankin, the junior, finds the end zone for the first time this season.
He's done everything except score a touchdown for the Wolverines, and there he did there, going off that right side again. Hildy and Feldmeyer, Brunette leading the way, Barzak. A lot of guys, some names who haven't called as much in over the past couple of years, or even this year necessarily, helping contribute there. And the Wolverines punch it in. A 12-yard touchdown run for Chase Rankin. 11 plays, 66 yards. It uses nearly 7 minutes.
Lane on for the extra point. Lambert snapped, the hold by Ellis, and the extra point by Lane is up and good. 5:38 to play, third quarter. Grove City 28, Allegheny 6 on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Valvoline Express, Karen Car Wash of Grove City. Drive in, drive out, it's that easy. We'll check your oil, check your fluids, and get you clean. Fast, friendly service for cars, trucks, and SUVs. Wiper blades or filters, check your tire pressure. Locally owned, nationally known.
Ken Frenchak here from the Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Fall. Leaves are changing. Why not get a jump start on the season and get the oil changed in your vehicle? We have your grade of Valvoline oil regardless of your gas or diesel engine. We stock most air filters and windshield wiper blades. So don't forget, we offer 2 automatic car washes along with 2 self-serve bays. Stop by to have your car run and look great. You can go anywhere for an oil change, but you come to us for the experience.
Valvoline Express, Karen Car Wash of Grove City. Drive in, drive out, it's that easy.
Wolverines choose an 11-play, 66-yard drive that took 6:42 off the clock. Capped off by Chase Rankin's first rushing touchdown of the season, now leading it 28-6, and Lane on to kick the football back to the Gators. high, deep, and over, and it hits on the back line of the end zone and rolls towards the track, and another touchback for Lane.
And Brady Lane, again, such a weapon is punting, the kickoffs. When you negate the threat of a return, of course, Allegheny with a very good return man in Mitchell. He can't break a big return if he can't get his hands on it. Make Allegheny go 75 yards. Good job by Brady Lane and Wolverine defense getting us 3 and out last time. See what they do here. Now Allegheny probably perhaps going to become one-dimensional.
Colucci takes the low snap. He's going to keep it, and he's going to be spun down by Dave Cower, the junior. Got it out of the backfield and dropped the quarterback for a 1-yard loss.
Nice play by Cower. Read it perfectly, went right at the quarterback, and took it also from the proper angle that if he tries to make a pitch, Cower's going to swat it down, and it's going to be perhaps disaster for Allegheny. Good job by Cower, first-year starter, the junior out of Mount Lebanon. They thought he might be the nose tackle coming into the season, but with Kellen Taylor's emergence, they moved Cower out to defensive end, and he's been a big part of that 3-man line this year.
2nd and 11 for Carson Colucci. Picks up the low snap, fires outside, and coming back to make the reception, that's Devin Larry, the sophomore. And for Larry, that is his 4th reception.
Yeah, Larry, good-looking receiver. Came in with 29 catches leading the team, and, of course, now the 4 receptions for 38 yards today. But, again, if you're Grove City, you're okay with that. Now putting Allegheny in a 3rd and 4, 28-6, 4.5 minutes to go third quarter. Make Allegheny use clock. You don't want to give up chunk plays.
3rd down and 4 from their 31-yard line. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Wolverines blitzing, picked up by the offensive line, but that pass is going to be caught and good enough for a 1st down. Chris Geiswhite, the senior, on the reception, just enough to move the chains.
Back-to-back low snaps, but Colucci able to field that one off his shoe tops and found Geiswhite, who had Bowden Davidson all over him, and Geiswhite did a nice job, but he made a tough catch look relatively routine, and he gets the 1st down. And Allegheny had 4 of 10 on 3rd down. 40% against this Grove City defense is nothing to be ashamed of.
1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. Colucci takes another low snap as he rolls out, fires downfield, and that pass caught by Devin Larry. And Devin Larry will get down to the 41-yard line.
I mean, you said a keyword, another low snap. I guess that's a phrase, but you know what I mean. At some point, that's going to bite Allegheny. I mean, it's been 3 in a row. Eventually, there's going to be one that's mishandled, or somebody ends up missing a blocking assignment because they hear ball or whatever the case is. It's Allegheny's been able to minimize the damage because of it, but it's something that eventually could bite the Gators.
It's Mitchell and Berarducci split backs in the backfield with Carson Colucci, the quarterback, on 2nd and 5. Colucci takes the snap. Going to pitch it to Berarducci, who got the low snap, and it's going to be stopped at the 45-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and less than 1 for the Gators.
Bowden Davidson coming over and run support from the cornerback post on the option play. Allegheny's had success with that all afternoon. No huge gainers. In fact, the long run of the day for Allegheny, 9 yards. Long play is 12 yards, but it's been an effective play, 4 or 5 yards a pop.
3rd and 1 from the Allegheny 45-yard line. Blano was creeping up towards the line of scrimmage. Now he'll back off. Play clock under 10 seconds. Now down to 4 seconds as they look to the sidelines, and the Gators are going to need a timeout to avoid the delay of game penalty. 2:11 to play, 3rd quarter. It is Grove City 28 and Allegheny 6, and you are listening to the Wolverines Sports Network.
You can't escape a traffic jam. Know what else you can't escape? Seasonal allergies. And you might think you can avoid that coffee stain until... Oh, really? You can't escape a lot of things in life, but you can escape prediabetes. Prediabetes captures 1 in 3 adults. There are usually no signs of prediabetes. In fact, most people don't even know they have it. But with early diagnosis, you can change the outcome and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Take action by taking the 1-minute risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. You might not be able to escape having this song stuck in your head, but you can escape prediabetes. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org today. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
3rd and 1 for the Gators. Low snap. Colucci picks it up, flips it to Mitchell, has the first down and more as he's across midfield and down to the Grove City 44-yard line. So the Gators convert the 3rd down and 1. Now 5 for 11 on 3rd downs this afternoon. Lights coming on here in the final 2 minutes of the 3rd quarter. Gators going to put 2 receivers to the left. Wing and a receiver to the right side with Colucci and Berarducci in the backfield. Colucci's going to keep it. He pulls it back, and he's going to be dropped on the run by Jack Jolly. And looked like Berarducci wanted that football, and Colucci took it away from him.
But penalty is going to be a hold on Allegheny in the middle. Actually,
Holding. Offense, number 54.
You're right in the middle of the field, away from where Colucci was running. He was going around the right side. They're going to get the right tackle, Harrison Eckert, who had gone down inside, but instead of a short gain, it's 1st and 20. And that is the first penalty of the second half on Allegheny. Grove City's been flagged once in the second half also.
1st and 20, back to the 46-yard line of the Gators. Low snap for Colucci, picks it up, going to take the shot downfield, and that is a great catch in single coverage downfield by Devin Larry in the biggest explosive play of the day for the Gators.
Nice over-the-shoulder catch.
Holding. Defense,
So I had defensive holding against Grove City, but yeah, very nice catch by Larry along the sideline. Cornerback was right there, but Colucci with a terrific pass down to the 25-yard line. So they take the, if it's holding on a running play, they add it on to the end, but holding on a pass play, then it's just either take the play or take the penalty. But down to the 25-yard line, and that's going to be a 29-yard gain. Longest play of the game for either team.
Under a minute to play, 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 for the Gators from the Grove City 25-yard line. Going to put 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right side. Low snap, Colucci picks it up, just avoids Bladel barely, and throws this one into the bench and incomplete.
Colucci's probably going to have a talk with his center at some point about get these snaps up, because that snap being low, by the time he picks it up and is trying to look downfield, he has Ben Bladel breathing down his neck.
And Bladel, when the umpire, had a little bit of conversation after that play as well.
I'm not sure what that was about, whether did Bladel maybe
he might have leaped someone on the line. So it's 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. Colucci takes this snap, gives it to Berarducci, who put it on the turf. A pile up for the football at the 32-yard line. And waiting for the indication, that is Grove City's football. They forced another turnover.
Dave Cower knocked it loose. Jordan Karcheski with the recovery. The 2 defensive ends combine on the play. The takeaway is the 2nd of the afternoon by Grove City, the first by the defense. Of course, the special teams did it on the kickoff to begin the ball game, but Cower knocked it loose. The recovery by Karcheski and a promising drive for Allegheny stalls out and is snuffed out at the 27. Grove City forcing the turnover.
So the Wolverines have the ball back from their 27-yard line with 29 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Ellis takes the snap. He'll drop to throw. Waiting for the double move. Myra Gordon, who leaped up, caught that football. Beautiful hands catch and falls down to the 45-yard line.
You have to run a picture-perfect route to get to beat David Williams, and that's what McGroarty did. Wolverines had been setting it up with the counter, the run, play action that time. McGroarty, as you said, the double move, faked out, went back inside on the post, and Sutton Ellis threw it up where McGroarty could pull it in. First down to the 45. Pretty good way to end the third quarter. Takeaway, and then a big gainer past the midfield.
We've come to the end of 3, and it's Grove City 28, Allegheny 6. The final 15 minutes of this one are next on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover guitar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Final 15 of this one put up on the board from Frank B. Furrier Field in Meadville, and Grove City leading Allegheny 28-6. And they'll have a 1st and 10 from the Gators' 45-yard line when we resume the game.
The completion of McGroarty, 28 yards, long play of the afternoon for the Wolverines. Sutton Ellis now 104 yards on 7 of 14 passing. McGroarty, 3 catches for 55 yards, both season highs for him.
Chase Rankin, the tailback for the Wolverines. On 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Ellis to throw. Going downfield for Sullivan and try to turn back to the football. And unable to make that catch as he was covered downfield. And it's incomplete. It's 2nd and 10.
Again, Allegheny bringing everybody. It's, the cover's zero. And with that, it's I've got him, you've got that guy, and everybody else is blitzing the quarterback. Grove City did a pretty good job with the blitz pickup. But Ellis's pass drifted outside towards the sideline away from Sullivan. It's 2nd down, and the big boys are back in on offense now.
Wolverines begin the fullback and Anthony Brunette. Wyatt Barzak in the backfield as a lead blocker as well on 2nd and 10. Give the ball to Rankin, running off the short side, and Rankin only going to get about a yard on that carry. It sets up a 3rd down and 9.
Now Allegheny with some substitutions. They're sending in some extra low numbers, if you will. We see extra defensive back and linebackers going in. And then Shank will check back in. He wears 34 at defensive tackle. And then Isaac Campbell, 225-pound defensive end as well, for 3rd down and 9. Wolverines 3 of 8 on 3rd down.
Go with trips to the right side, twins to the left. Ellis alone in the backfield. Takes the snap, unloads it quickly. And that pass is going to be incomplete, looking for Seth McGroarty, and it's 4th and 9.
Good coverage by Williams out there, and the punt team will come out. And a chance for the Wolverines to pin Allegheny deep. Up 28-6, 14-11 to go, 4th and 9. No sense in trying to be brave or outthinking things. Punt it away. You have a good punter. You have a defense that's playing well. Make Allegheny drive the field.
So Lane set to punt the football away. Guys White back to return the punt, standing inside his own 10-yard line. 4th punt for Lane. High and over and that is going to take a bounce and head out of bounds. to see where they spot this football. And they're going to spot it right at the 15-yard line.
So again, you'd always think, well, if we get inside the 10, but you'll take the 15. You didn't put it in the end zone for a touchback. You didn't allow a return. Good directional kick out of bounds, and 14:07 to go. Remember, Allegheny too. Only 2 timeouts. Gators had to use one early in the third quarter prior to a third down play. Wolverines are hoping that really doesn't come into play, but it is something to note.
Colucci, 11 of 21 for 101 yards, 1 touchdown. He has been sacked twice. We'll have 2 receivers to the right and left. And Dominic Baraducci, the sophomore running back, with him. Play clock approaching 20 seconds as Colucci overlooks the Wolverine defense, takes the snap, gives it to Baraducci, and he's bottled up in the backfield. At Grove City defensive front, the 3-man front got a great push upfield.
And then Caleb Brubaker blitzing between the center guard gap. Ben Bladel dropped out. He's normally the 4th rusher, if you will. It was a run blitz by Brubaker. He comes in and hits the ball carrier. Baraducci lost a 3.
That's been such the key the last couple of years. That front kind of clears the way and lets the linebackers roam around and make plays.
Yeah, that's their job. If you're going to run a 3-man defense or 3-man line, 3-4, 3-3-5, whatever it is, those 3 guys up front have to occupy blockers for the linebackers and other guys to make plays, and that's exactly what happened there.
2nd down and 12, and that pass is going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Ben Bladel will get the hand up there with a block. It's nice to block as we saw in the volleyball match today, but Bladel coming through that time and swatting it down, and now Allegheny facing 3rd and long, 3rd and 13 upcoming. Brubaker today, 11 tackles. Wearing a different number, wearing 16 today. But no matter what number, doesn't matter what number he's wearing, he's a heck of a linebacker for the Wolverines.
What an addition he has been the last 2 years to this defense.
Certainly has been. Played safety when he was at Salisbury. Came down playing linebacker, all PAC last year, and playing at a very high level again here in 2025.
3rd and 12 from the 13-yard line. Colucci, low snap, rolling out all the way back to his end zone, throwing on the run, and that pass knocked away and incomplete. That was blanket coverage downfield by the Grove City secondary, and Colucci really had no place to go with the ball.
Yeah, he was under duress. A couple guys slow to getting up. Ben Bladel, he's slow getting up. Watt, the center for Allegheny, is he's grabbing at his right shoulder or collarbone area. Of course, Bladel has been he got hurt late in practice last week prior to the Waynesburg game. He's been gutting it out there, but he'll head off now. So he's not out there on this punt block. He blocked a punt earlier. Wolverines have 10 men at the line here, awaiting the punt coming out of the end zone.
And try and come after this one again. This one just does get the kick away, and a fair catch called for and made by Bowden Davidson, the Wolverine returner. $13-11 to play, 4th quarter. 28-6 is the lead for Grove City over Allegheny. Wolverines back home next week to face Westminster for a 1 o'clock kickoff.
Of course, don't forget that Northwestern Mutual and Gold Financial, 160 South Broad Street in Grove City, they are making a contribution to the Grove City Area United Way for every Grove City turnover and touchdown this season. So some more contributions going the way of the United Way today.
Gonna run the ball with Rankin, who stumbles across the 40, and he'll come down right at the 1st down marker.
If he hadn't lost his balance, Gold Financial is, I think, going to make another contribution to the Grove City United Way. But thanks to the folks at Gold Financial, Northwestern Mutual in downtown Grove City, John Gracer, Luke Michael, Wes School's working there now, Ryan Eller, the whole gang down there on Broad Street. We appreciate everything they do for Grove City College.
2nd down and 1. They'll shuffle the offensive line with Hoddle and Burnett. They started left, now came back to the right side.
They went back, the linemen didn't go back.
Snap, give the ball to Ian DeMary. 1st down and more across the 35 and down near the 33-yard line, and that'll move the chains for the Wolverines.
DeMary going right behind Dustin Hoddle, who got on the linebacker Colucci, drove him to the ground, and Grove City converts on 2nd and short.
Wolverines 48 yards rushing in the first half, now up to 129 for the game.
You know, the ground game was sputtering in the first half, but Grove City's gotten it going. Of course, the 12-play touchdown drive, 10 rushes on it.
Single receivers to each side. Rankin gets the football with a full head of steam running into the pile. Bounces off of a couple of tackles. And he's going to have another Grove City first down. Boy, Chase Rankin has got this opportunity to play, and he has taken full advantage of it.
Absolutely. You talk about maximizing an opportunity. A guy last year who was the number 3 running back, played here and there, and this year he was the kind of the 3rd down back. Now he's a 3 down back. And tough run there, got some good blocking, but he got the final 6-7 yards all on his own just through determination.
Barzak going to go in motion, settle as they wing to the left side. Rankin remains the tailback. Give the ball to Rankin, bouncing it to the outside, lowers the shoulder, and he's going to dive down to the 14-yard line, and Chase Rankin getting ever closer to another 100-yard rushing night.
Yeah, give him 8 more there. That'll put him at 93 here with 10:40 to go and a rolling clock. But this offensive line really imposing its will on Allegheny. The Gators, they've shown a lot, but the cumulative effect. That was a 30-second rushing play of the evening, evening here, and those holes getting bigger and bigger.
Ellis, play action, looking for Breck Peacock, and that pass is going to sail incomplete out of bounds. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
Banks there on the coverage. One thing also in mind here, too, with 2nd and 2, good time to take a shot. Even if you don't get this, you're still in field goal range. Field goal makes it 31-6, makes it a 4-score game. Again, and the way the Wolverine defense is playing, you think, well, Allegheny's not going to score 3 times. Hey, we've watched enough football, you never know. Ultimately, you'd like to get 2 yards here, get a new set of downs.
Burnett and Hoddle both in at the fullback spot. Demiri is the tailback. Demiri's going to get the football. There was a little crease for him to work his way through, and it's going to be 4th down and 1 for the Wolverines.
And it's going to be, will be 4th down, so 4th and a full yard, maybe about a yard plus a foot. And Demari's helmet came off, I think. He's checking out. Rankin and Barzak back in. The Wolverines, they're going to go for it.
So the Wolverines will play on 4th down for the first time here today as we go under 10 minutes to play in this 4th quarter and leading it 28-6. Rankin gets the carry. Rankin has the first down as they convert the 4th down and continue the drive.
You see sometimes college football programs, they give up the stickers for the big plays or whatever. Anthony Brunette and Dustin Hoddle, their stickers, they would be totally covered with what they've done today blocking in this ground game.
And for someone tuning in that hasn't heard, Hoddle, he changed positions late in camp, and it's almost like this has been a natural position for him.
Yeah, you look at him, he's wearing 26, running back number, missed all last year. It was a linebacker. Of course, the Wolverines are awash with linebackers. Michael Walliser, who moved from linebacker to fullback, gets hurt in camp. They say, Dustin, hey, you want to give this a shot? And like you said, you think he's been playing there for 3 years as opposed to 7 weeks.
DeBerry gets the football, lowers the shoulder, and hammers down to the 6-yard line. Again, a good gain on 1st down, and this just cumulative effect of just pounding right at this little bit undersized front for Allegheny taking effect in the second half.
Yeah, you look at the front for Allegheny, 235, 220, 220, 215. And then you look at the Grove City offensive line, 285, 300, 300, 305, 305. I mean, just, over the course of a game, the big guys, it's why heavyweights don't box light heavyweights often. Because the heavyweights have more pop in their glove. And the Wolverine offensive line's had a lot of pop in its glove in the second half.
2nd and 4 from the 6-yard line. Ellis takes the snap, gives the ball to Demary, and they will work their way downfield and set up a third down. Third down and about 2 for the Wolverines.
This will be the 10th play of the drive upcoming, a drive that's used well over 5 minutes now.
Game clock down to 7:45 and continuing to roll. They will shuffle the offensive line.
Then Allegheny flip-flop its defensive line too. Guys on the strong side, on the weak side.
Demary, the tailback. Put the fullback in motion. Ellis looking, firing, end zone, touchdown. Anthony Burnett, the senior, gets the touchdown.
First catch, first touchdown. There's a reward. That's a reward for 3.5 years right there. Anthony Burnett, but the smiles on that sideline are a mile wide for Anthony Burnett, one of the captains. Talk about a guy who is selfless. Well, you wear an eligible number, but you never touch the ball. You're blocking defensive ends and linebackers all day, every week. You get the touchdown with 7:20 to go. That's great stuff right there.
Lambert to snap it. Ellis will hold. Lane for the extra point. And the system works perfectly for the Grove City extra point. 7:20 to play here in the fourth quarter. It is Grove City 35 and Allegheny 6, and Anthony Burnett, the senior, finds the end zone for the first time in his career for the Wolverines.
I'm just tickled for him. I'm happy for the Wolverines. I'm happy for the second half performance, but I'm just thrilled to no end for Anthony Burnett to catch a touchdown senior year. It's a cool thing. A guy who he's played a lot, as the number 2 fullback his first 2 years, started some games last year. One of the captains. That tells you what his teammates think of him. To elect him captain last spring, they understand, that he's doing a job that is a selfless job and often a thankless job where you're just, you are banging off of guys all day to allow the quarterback to have time to throw, or for Rankin and Demary in the past with Flatty and so forth to be able to run the football. And for him to get that here, I'm just
that is what
excited.
College football is all about. When you saw the excitement for the bench for one of their teammates to score his first touchdown in his senior season, and Lane's kick is going to hit about 3 yards deep and roll out of the back of the end zone. And we've talked a lot today about seeing different wrinkles from this Wolverine team on both sides of the football. And maybe I'm missing one or two here or there, but you go back the last 10 years, I don't remember the fullbacks being targeted in the passing game. They've tried it twice this year, completing one and missing one, and that just gives the opposition one more thing to think about.
Certainly, you think of all the different personnel groupings, more formations, a lot of things that the Wolverines have done. We have a few new names in there on defense. We'll catch you up there after this first down play.
Colucci rolling out to throw, going to look downfield and off the hands of the intended target, Devin Larry, and incomplete.
Yeah, Grove City, they have a mix of the 1s and 2s out there now. Danny Franco in at inside linebacker, the junior out of North Catholic, along with Aiden Kitts, who's a freshman. Nick Clemens is in as well. Those are the 3 linebackers. Caleb Kuhl in for Jordan Karcheski on the defensive line. Kuhl, of course, started against Mount Union. Mike Equi, who he's made one career start. He's in at safety as well. And then the rest of the secondary remains intact. And Cower and Taylor up front as well. So a blend of the first and second team.
Colucci to throw, looks downfield, skips that pass short and incomplete.
And Mason Klaus had good coverage. Mason's 6'3", and he has those long white sleeves on. His arms, he looks like Spider-Man out there.
He plays bigger than that, too, with what he's done this year on this good of a defense to change positions a couple of times and still contribute to the defense.
Yeah, moving from free safety to linebacker, or essentially linebacker / safety, a hybrid position. And now this past situation, Brock Belmont, senior linebacker, special teams ace, he'll check in.
Galucci going to roll to the outside, and this pass will sail over the head of his receiver and incomplete.
So the mix of guys, the ones and twos get a 3 and out, and good to get those guys some work, some snaps. And you have to think, looking down the road, that Franco and Kitts, Clemens are all going to be big parts of the linebacking core. Cool as well up front, and good job, 3 and out. And the punt team, which includes a handful of starters, Jack Jolly back out there for Grove City. Klaus is out there. We see Shepard Miller, and now Grove City's going to take a timeout. I think the Wolverines might want to get a couple of other guys out there for the punt team, but we'll see if they do with 7+ minutes to go.
Gives us the chance to take a break. 7:05 to play in the game. Grove City 35, Allegheny 6. You are listening to the Wolverines Sports Network.
Founded in 1955, the President's Athletic Conference is regarded as one of the elite NCAA Division III conferences in the nation. Comprised of 12 private institutions and 1 associate member, the PAC thrives in athletics and academics. Now sponsoring 24 varsity sports, the PAC remains unique in this day of high-pressure college athletics, with academics at the core of every program. With over 300 academic All-Americans and over 1,400 academic honor roll recipients with a 3.6 GPA or higher in the past year alone. Our student athletes excel in athletics as well as the classroom. Want to learn more? Visit us at pacathletics.org or follow us on social media.
Reed to punt. Bowden Davidson back to return this kick. He drifts back to the 35 and gets to the 37 before a big collision knocks Davidson down at the 37-yard line.
Yeah, good coverage down there. Davidson, he stumbled a bit, and then the coverage unit down there to plant him. Thought they might go with the fair catch. Davidson thinking, you know what, I'm going to get my hands on, I'm going to do something, but nice job. And now Grove City with some reserves in there offensively. New offensive line. Ashland Husseini is in. Let's see where everybody deploys. We have a new center out there. I know what to find the roster here. I printed it out. Okay, Michael Eulery is at center now. Ethan Wiley in at quarterback. Shepard Miller is the running back.
Miller's going to get the handoff on first down, changes course, and then he's going to be tripped up. And Miller just getting back to the line of scrimmage. Call it 2nd down and 10. And we've got a player down for Allegheny.
So that does give us a chance to catch up on who's out there for Grove City. We mentioned Eulery is at center. Ashland Husseini at tackle, freshman from Alabama. Another freshman from Alabama, Matthew Givens. Those guys are both on the extra point PAT team. Alex Winklevoss, junior out of Reynolds High School. Big Wink, they call him. He's in at right tackle. And Luke Schuegas in at wide receiver, the junior out of Penn Cambria High School down in the Johnstown area. Ethan Wiley, of course, at quarterback. Schuegas at receiver. I believe Barzak and McGroarty were out there. So I think we've caught up just about everybody out there. So Schuegas, McGroarty, Barzak, and the Hoddle. So a couple of familiar names out there from today, but Grove City's number 2 is getting some work here with 6+ minutes to go.
2nd and 10 from the 38-yard line. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right side. Wiley overlooks the defense. He'll drop to throw. Wiley going to go downfield. Pass caught across midfield, across the 45 and down near the 43-yard line. That is Seth McGroarty, who continues to have a big game for the Wolverines.
Of course, Seth McGroarty started the first couple of games, and then when Sam Penna came back, they shuffled things around. McGroarty hadn't played a lot. And there's an Allegheny player down at the 43 on the far side. Well, Seth McGroarty, so he goes from starting and then not playing a whole lot. Okay, you have 2 choices. We can pout and feel sorry for yourself, or continue to work, wait and work for the next opportunity. Opportunity came knocking today. 4 catches. He's been out there a lot today. Started the game. He's done a great job. Very happy. And again, much we heard Coach DiDonato talk about Chase Rankin a couple weeks ago, how he's a guy who just, didn't complain and, when am I going to play? He just continued to work, got his chance, and look what's happening. Seth McGroarty as well. It's a great example as well for the younger guys too, because, when you have, 125 guys on the roster, you can only play 11 at a time. And, some guys are going to play a lot, some are going to play some are, still learning the ropes, if you will, especially the young guys. But those guys are great examples of continuing to work hard, and when you get your opportunity, you're ready. And example number one of that is wearing jersey 1, Seth McGroarty.
A big game tonight for McGroarty. 4 for 74, 18.5 yards per reception today. 1st and 10 from the Allegheny 43-yard line. Wiley remains the quarterback, senior Adam Mercer. Takes the high snap. He'll give the ball to Miller, the freshman. And Miller continuing to push the pile down to the 40-yard line. Pickup of about 3 on a first down. Sets up 2nd down and 7. Clock rolling down as we approach 5 minutes. Again, Wolverines return home next Saturday, 1 o'clock, to take on Westminster. And the final 4 games, all 1 o'clock starts.
Next 2 at home, last 2 on the road in Northeast Ohio. St. Vincent at home on the 1st, at Case Western on the 8th.
Play action for Wiley. Time, taking the shot from McGroarty, leaps up between 2 defenders, caught the ball, and he's down to the 1-yard line. Seth McGroarty continues to have a huge night tonight at Allegheny.
Ethan Wiley, a big arm. Of course, we saw he and McGroarty hook up a few times last year in similar situations, and they were going for the home run there, and Wiley put it up, and McGroarty, who had 2 defenders around him, went up and made the catch. It's 1st and goal at the 1.
Give McGroarty 5 for 113. Game clock rolling down to 4 minutes. It's Wiley and Miller in the backfield. Wiley takes the snap, gave the ball to Miller, and he got stood up and driven back for about 2 yards as the defensive front for the Gators got the advantage on that play.
Yeah, that time nothing Miller could do just except hang on and hope that hope it doesn't hurt too much. But Allegheny on the run blitz, so it'll be 2nd down. Lucas Lohman will check in at the fullback spot. Gives us the opportunity to say if he makes a good block, low man wins.
Usually does.
Especially if your last name's Lohman or low man. It's Lohman, but.
2nd and goal from the 4. High snap, Wiley looking for the fade ball in the corner. And that pass is incomplete.
The interception, the pass was caught by the defender, but he was well out of bounds. As back in coverage was Armadi Stinfort. He's in there for Banks, who left earlier due to injury.
So 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line.
Grove City now 24 first downs. And they really cranked it up in the second half.
Wiley takes the snap, looking, firing to the outside, and incomplete.
They're looking for McGroarty, passed a little bit behind him, is trying, almost going for a back shoulder, but it was not necessarily a back shoulder fade, but more of a back shoulder throw, and the Wolverines are going to attempt a field goal, which is not much more than an extra point. We're going to have a couple new guys out there. It's going to be Noah Carr doing the snapping. Broderick Schreier is going to hold, and Devin Thomas is going to attempt the extra point.
Thomas, junior from Beaver Falls and Blackhawk High School. So knee down at the 12, make it a 22-yard attempt for Thomas. Snap is a little awry, and that was blocked by the Allegheny special teams and picked up in the field goal attempt.
The ball was fumbled.
Ball fumbled and then picked up and ran back by the Allegheny special teams.
So they say there's a flag. Where is the flag, Mark? Far side, it looks like, at about the 8-yard line.
Okay. So that flag will find out what the results of this is going to be.
So the snap was off. Schreier tried to get it down. Kick was low. Then after the first man who picked it up was hit and fumbled, and then Stinfort picked it up about the 20 and ran back for the touchdown. But a lot to sort out here.
So we're going to call Allegheny for being offsides. Take the touchdown return off the board.
It was exciting, but it's now 4th down, and Wolverines will send the offense back out. Yeah, I think the gripe from the Allegheny folks is the flag was rather late. So the offense back on the field now. It's a half the distance penalty, and it's 4th and goal at the 2.
So it'll be Miller at the tailback spot. Wiley is the quarterback. Going to bring everyone in tight on a 4th and 2. Wolverines 1 for 1 in converting 4th downs tonight. Now we've got a whistle and a Allegheny timeout with 2:51 to play in the game. So timeout on the field, 2:51 to play in this 4th quarter. It is Grove City 35 and Allegheny 6 on the Wolverines Sports Network.
What's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
.251 to play here in this 4th quarter. Grove City facing a 4th down and a 2. With the ball on the 2-yard line, closer to the 3. So Wiley remains the quarterback. 2 fullbacks in to lead the way with Miller, the tailback. They give Miller the football. Miller lowers the shoulder, pushes the pile, and drives into the end zone for the 2-yard touchdown for Miller.
Went over the right side. How about big Alex Winklevoss out of Reynolds High School? Put his guy on his back, clearing the way for Shepard Miller to score. Miller out of Bradenton, Florida. So you got a guy from Florida following the local guy into the end zone for his first touchdown, his first collegiate touchdown. And Wolverines add on, and now they will have the extra point unit out there. Devin Thomas to kick. Broderick Schreier will hold, and Carr is the snapper.
So Thomas, the junior, on to attempt the extra point. 2:46 to play here in this game. Snap and hold are good, and Thomas's extra point likewise is also up and good. And the Wolverines have a season-high 42 on the board tonight, leading the Gators 42-6.
Yeah, and good to see the second team guys, some young guys and a few veterans who are in a backup role, both on offense and defense contributing. The defense doing a great job getting a 3-and-out. Offense, nice drive. Of course, you're led by the senior quarterback, Ethan Wiley, who's made a start and has played and is a great, to have that guy in your bullpen is a great thing. And that offensive line leading the way. Miller, some nice runs as well. Good to see. These guys that have been working hard week in and week out have not gotten a lot of playing time on Saturdays yet this year, but they get the opportunity here tonight under what are now pretty bright lights in Meadville, and they put 7 on the board.
And this just gives you positive momentum. A lot of guys seeing playing time going into a rivalry game and a big game next week at home.
Certainly a lot riding on next week in terms of the PAC race. And for all these guys who've been practicing and practicing, now they're getting that reward. That's just going to fuel them more. And then the guys that are pushing them, they're saying, hey, I want to be that guy and so forth. So just it does so much for the team A through Z.
Lane ready to kick the football back to the Gators. Puts his foot into this one high and over and from the 4 across the 5, 10, 15, cuts back across the 20 and down near the 26-yard line. That's where the Gators will have it. 1st and 10 with 2:40 to play in the fourth quarter.
Levi Teets down there in coverage. He, of course, recovered the fumbled opening kickoff today. Certainly a play that was a tone setter. And it's going to be Allegheny beginning this drive to 25. A couple new guys in on the front for Grove City. Ryan Principe, the sophomore from Morgantown, in at nose tackle, and Mason Crayer at defensive end. Nick Heltzel in at cornerback. He's, of course, been a big special teams guy the last couple of years.
Colucci back to check that there's a new quarterback in there for the Gators. That's Nick Barker, the freshman out of Padua Franciscan in Cleveland.
Johnny Ruggles, who's been on some special teams units, he's in out in the defensive backfield now. Looks like he is at the he's replaced Klaus in that dog position. Teets and Heltzer are the corners. Equate free safety. Jace Herrick at strong safety.
Back to throw on 2nd down, firing across the middle, and that pass is going to be caught. And that'll be good enough for a Gator 1st down.
Well, they flag behind the play, however.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer, 44 defense. 15 yards.
So Brock Belmont will be penalized. It'll be 15 yards upfield for Allegheny. And that'll be the 9th penalty of the day on the Wolverines for 90 yards. Neither staff's going to be happy with the penalties. Both teams cleaned it up a lot in the second half. The bulk of the penalties, each team had 8 flags in the first half. So much cleaner second half from that standpoint. But the Wolverines commit 15-yard tack on there.
A roll to the right side, looking downfield, firing downfield, and juggled. And what are they going to call here as they both come up on the sidelines? And they're going to call that a good catch.
All right, then. That was, again, on the far side, but walking the tightrope as we've reached the 2-minute timeout.
2 minutes to play here in this one after they convene and say the catch is good for a 1st down. It is Grove City 42 and Allegheny 6 on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Check your fluids and get you clean. Fast, friendly service for cars, trucks, and SUVs. Wiper blades or filters, check your tire pressure. Locally owned, nationally known.
Ken Frenchak here from the Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Fall. Leaves are changing. Why not get a jump start on the season and get the oil changed in your vehicle? We have your grade of Valvoline oil regardless of your gas or diesel engine. We stock most air filters and windshield wiper blades. So don't forget, we offer 2 automatic car washes along with 2 self-serve bays. Stop by to have your car run and look great. You can go anywhere for an oil change, but you come to us for the experience.
Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Drive in, drive out, it's that easy.
Off the 2-minute timeout, it is 1st and 10 for the Gators from the Grove City 37-yard line. Barker, the quarterback, overlooking the Grove City defense. Play clock rolling down. Barker back to throw, fires off the back foot, and that pass sails in incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Nice coverage by Johnny Ruggles, the junior from Austintown.
Caught a lot of his games with the Falcons, and will have his alma mater next weekend as well.
Yeah, that'll be your final high school game of the regular season next week.
Yep.
Playing Warren Harding, correct?
They are.
Johnny Ruggles, also a member of the track and field team at Grove City, so he's been on some conference title teams, 2 track titles last year, indoor, outdoor, and of course football with 2. He's a sprinter and relay man on the track team.
2nd and 10 from the Grove City 37-yard line. Parker overlooks the defense, takes the snap, 3-step drop. Will stand in, going to take a shot downfield. Only man out there is Levi Teets, who intercepts the football. And he is going to be stopped right about the 1-yard line, but give the interception to Levi Teets, the junior, his first of the season.
His second takeaway of the day. He opened the game with 1, now he's going to close the game with 1. Minute 46 to go, and the receiver stopped, and Teets went back like a center fielder towards the fence. Made the catch at about the 3, and then his momentum carried him back to about the goal line, tried to get upfield. A modest run back with Levi Teets, who has gotten quite a bit of playing time at cornerback this year due to the injuries. And a good play there for Teets, the junior from Morgantown. He's done yeoman's work on special teams, and guy that's made big contributions on both in special teams and defense today.
So Grove City with the ball at the 2-yard line after the Levi Teets interception. It'll be Wiley out of the pistol with Miller, the running back, behind him. Going to give the ball to Miller up the middle, bouncing it to the outside across the 20 to the 25 and down near the 26-yard line. Shepard Miller with his longest run of his career for the Wolverines.
Yeah, we saw a lot of Shepard Miller early in the season. Haven't seen as much of him as late, but he's shown right there, hey, don't forget about me. Guy the Wolverines really like him, and it's been more so with Demarion Rankin doing so well, but Shepard Miller, a nice gain getting the Wolverines away from the goal line out to past the 25 to the 27. Wolverines now, after that run, 186 rushing yards today. Wolverines 352 yards tonight, and of that total, 234 in the second half. So a much better performance all around in the second half for the Wolverines. And whatever the coaching staff said at halftime, whether it was a X and O schematic, just some a talking to, if you will. Wolverines came out full of fist and fire in the second half. They're going to go down Interstate 79 with a 42-6 victory.
Wiley will take a knee. Wolverines will have to snap it one more time here tonight. Wiley waiting till the play clock is under 10 seconds, takes the snap, and it takes a knee, and that is going to do it for the Wolverines here this evening as the final seconds will roll off of the clock. It is a Grove City win tonight on the road, 42-6 with the win. The Wolverines are 4-2 and 3-1 of the PAC. Allegheny dropping to 2-5 and 2-3 in the PAC. We'll take a break. We'll come back and begin the postgame show next on the Wolverine Sports Network.
I'm Sally, a volunteer at United Way. I'm asking people around the neighborhood what they think this place needs. Excuse me, hi. What do you think this place needs?
I'd like to see more parking.
More playgrounds.
Free movies. Oh, that's easy. Better restaurants.
And you, what do you think this place needs?
This place? Oh, more ice cream trucks.
Okay. How about you?
Wi-Fi everywhere?
I was thinking more money in the pockets of local families come tax time.
Can I change my answer?
I was just kidding about the ice cream.
Oh, that's way better. Now that you mention it.
When it comes to getting better tax refunds into the hands of local families, what this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org. Because great things happen when we live united. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
This is the news. This morning, we are saluting the 2.2 million women who have joined in the war effort. They now make up 37% of the workforce, changing their role forever.
The prestigious Harvard Medical School is breaking ground today, opening its doors to new female applicants.
Today, little girls all over the world look to the sky, where the first woman is now in space.
Military stereotypes are challenged today with the trailblazing promotion of a U.S. female officer to 4-star general. It was just announced that the vast majority of last year's doctorate degrees were earned by women.
We've come so far, but our news is changing for the worse. More women die from heart disease and stroke than men, even though it can be prevented. Make a change at goredforwomen.org today. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women.
Chris, can you put the video game controller down for a second?
I can talk and play. Oh, I'm totally annihilating this punk kid in Nebraska.
I just feel like you're not acting like a grown-up in our relationship.
Am too.
Well, you still ride your skateboard to work, there's the comic book collection, the race car bed.
Look, I'm young at heart, but I put money into my 401k every paycheck. I picked up a few savings tips at feedthepig.org. I have control of my financial life now, and that feels pretty grown up.
Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million bucks. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to 401k can make a big difference later. For free ideas and easy tips on ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
So, I bet I look like a...
Well, except for the footy pajamas, I'd have to agree.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Wolverines a 42-6 winner this evening here at Allegheny on a night where a lot of people got to see some critical playing time for the Wolverines.
Yeah, and if you watch the first half, and even we talked about halftime, you would not have thought that the Wolverines would have been able to get a lot of guys playing time in the fourth quarter because, again, Grove City had the lead 21-6, but Allegheny had certainly played the Wolverines statistically. I think even at times maybe had a little bit of the upper hand, and were, in fact, outplaying Grove City a bit. The second half, Grove City coming out well over 230 total yards in the second half, cleaned up the penalties. Defense really standing tall, holding Allegheny to 182 yards on 56 plays, 3.3 yard play. That's a very nice number. The ground game got going. Chase Rankin 96 yards, Ian DeMary 59. Sutton Ellis an effective day. Seth McGordy 5 catches, 113 yards, both season high. And all in all, this is a very mature win by the Wolverines. First half was, was in some ways below par. Second half, regrouped, came out, and get a very nice road win in conference play over an Allegheny team that is improving. Again, the Gators, with Coach Lair, they did a lot of good things in the first half. X and O wise, it's just they're building, and hey, we've been there. And Coach Lair, his pedigree, and his staff, they're doing a lot of good things. But Grove City did a lot of good things in the second half tonight, and the Wolverines get the win to go to 4-2 overall, 3 wins in a row, 3-1 in the PAC now. Just a game back in the PAC race with a month to go. So again, need some help certainly, but the Wolverines, first thing you do when you need help, you have to help yourself. The Wolverines help themselves, and they'll have another opportunity to do that next week against a really good Westminster team that's frankly in the same boat as the Wolverines, looking to stay alive in the race.
We hear that from Coach Donato and the staff all the time. One game, 1 week, one play, one snap at a time.
Yeah, and one of the things the coach talks about is the infinite game as well. That it's not like the old video games where you go so long and it says game over. It's okay. Yes, you're playing about this play and this game and so forth, but also thinking about then the long term, everything too, the big picture of the game, the season, the program, etc. So when you're able to think about that and focus in that direction, it's it really, I think it helps you in 2 ways. It helps with focus and so forth, and even if things don't go right, if you have a bad day, you think of like a night when the Wolverines lost to W&J. It was a tough night. W&J is a good team that played really well, but when you have that and you're thinking of the infinite game rather than saying, "Oh, woe is us," okay, get back to work. Think about the big picture. But also focusing on the task at hand, which seems counterintuitive, but in an unusual way, they actually fit together very well. And this team has done that. And even in the course of tonight, First half, the Wolverines had the lead, but didn't play particularly well. But came out and did a much stronger second half. And if the Wolverines play like this, the way they did in the second half tonight, the rest of the season, they're going to put themselves in a position to have a lot of success.
We get to see and experience a lot of things that you may not hear on the radio, you may not see on camera if it's a home game, but you've got pretty much the entire Grove City team and several Allegheny players arm in arm in a circle at midfield. And this is what always, when I think back to what Division III football is, it's that right there.
Yeah, yes, a number of the Allegheny guys joining for a post-game, I believe, a prayer a prayer. I'm not sure who was leading it, but cool to see that, and also recognizing of a larger purpose as well. So really neat to see that, and now some handshakes and hugs and so forth. And of course, Allegheny, here they recruit Western Pennsylvania. There are guys that maybe played with each other in high school or played against each other in high school on opposite sides or same sides here. So some guys that, in some cases, maybe have known each other since they were 9, 10, 11 years old. So you have that element too, but a really cool scene at the end here of a game that was a battle. And the final score is not going to tell the whole story of this. Allegheny, again, Allegheny did a lot of good things. This Gators program, they've continued to get better and better. Again, there's obviously we have standings and we have stat sheets and we have a scoreboard, and that's what we measure things with that. Certainly, you have to. It's a quantitative measurement. But when you see what Allegheny is doing, a lot of the young guys, sophomore running back, the quarterback, some young guys up front, young receivers, some different spots, they are building. They are getting better. They've come a long way since the first couple weeks of the season as well, as has this Grove City team. And I think that's what coaches are looking for, that progress, player development, team development. It's happening here in Meadville. Scoreboard's not going to indicate it today. The final stats, the box score won't, but it is. Thank you. Speaking of box scores, but it is. They are progressing again. As Grove City guys, we've been there, and you keep working. It doesn't. If it happens overnight, it's probably not going to be long-term successful. It's like a house of cards, if you will. Occasionally, you'll see a program jump up and have a year, then they go back into oblivion. And Allegheny, as you can tell, they're focused on doing it in a sustainable way, the right way, if you will, so that it's not a flash in the pan, much the same way that Grove City has built. So now, back-to-back conference titles. The Wolverines now at 4-2, having another year, in spite of all the graduation losses from last year and so forth, and some injuries, that we get now where the success can be sustained year after year after year. Grove City is there. Allegheny is taking steps towards that. But today, the Wolverines, a big step in the second half today and a big win, 42-6.
And a lot of people to thank here inside the press box at Allegheny that always give us a great vantage point to call the game.
Absolutely. Always enjoy coming up here, working with Travis Larner, who is the head of athletic communications here, and then Jem Smith, who is the senior assistant director. I don't know if they have a junior assistant, but Jem is the senior. Travis shakes his head no, but Jem and Travis do a great job. I always enjoy seeing them, working with them. They are thoroughly professional in everything they do, and enjoy working with them, and we're treated very well here. Sean King, who oversees a lot of operational things. Thanks to Sean for all of his help coordinating things during the week, making sure we had good parking spots, everything here. So thanks to those guys. Bill Ross, the athletic director, who he's been here for a number of years now. Of course, a longtime track and field cross country coach as well. So we appreciate all of the help from everybody there. In the Grove City Athletic Department, Tyler Grupak, our assistant SID. He was running things at volleyball today. Thanks to Tyler. Great job. Athletic Director Todd Gibson. We appreciate all his support, allowing us to continue to broadcast these road games and so forth. I know we enjoy doing it. I think we do okay at it. And his support that we're able to do this is very much appreciated. And I know it's meaningful for both of us. And,
absolutely.
Yeah, I think that covers just about everybody. Thanks to everybody who tuned in. Thanks to our pregame sponsor with the Andrew D. Donato Show, Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash at Grove City. Thanks to Gold Financial, Northwestern Mutual for everything that they've done. They are making a contribution to the Grove City Area United Way for every touchdown. And the Wolverines scored 6 of them today. And for every turnover, 3 of them today. And I don't know if a block punt will count for them or not, but we had that too as well. But thanks to all the guys there at Gold Financial on South Broad Street in Grove City. Mark, so it'll be you and Chris Birch the next couple weeks. We're back home. And then we'll be together potentially in weeks 10 and or 11, depending on how everything shakes out. But always fun to work with you, and we'll see you next week.
Looking forward to the game against Westminster next week. It will be a big one. Looking forward to have everyone tuned in if you can't make it to Robert E. Thorne Field next week. Grove City a winner tonight here on the Wolverine Sports Network, 42-6. We will talk to you next Saturday.
Thank you for tuning into the Wolverine Sports Network. We'll talk to you next time on the home of the Wolverines.
We thank you for joining us for this special presentation of Western Reserve Radio. And we now return to our regularly scheduled programming.
Youngstown, Warren, and Salem Sports Talk is on the iMedia1 network. Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast.
Us all weekend long for college football, scores, interviews, highlights, the NFL, of course, and Major League Baseball playoffs right here on Sports Byline. I'm Marty Terrell with Sports Shorts, presented by Herb Chambers Honda of New England on the Sports Byline Broadcast Network.
Every champion has a team behind them, and for thousands of families without insurance, Christ Clinic is that team. At Christ Clinic in Katy, Texas, they provide high-quality, faith-based health care to people who can't afford it, because everyone deserves a shot at health, no matter their income or insurance status. Their doctors,